Yeah, so I'm going live about this whole Canelo thing that's starting to leak into the weekend. And I don't like to talk about certain things, but I usually wait around these days. I don't want to jump on things immediately. But pause. But the whole situation as far as Canelo and Crawford, man, I never heard so many men fussing about why somebody shouldn't fight somebody in their life. That's the first thing. I've never heard people begging somebody not to fight somebody before. That's gonna be the first thing. The second thing is the first. What I'm gonna talk about first is why all these guys didn't say this when the whole Kell Brook and Triple G situation was going on. Triple G and Kell Brook should have never been in the ring with each other. Where were all these guys at when that was going on? Oh, what's up, Tyrese? I'm glad you caught me, man. I don't usually be on as much. I'm trying to be on a lot more today. What's up, man? What's going on? Appreciate you coming through, bro. I appreciate it, man. You always 100. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. It's just the whole Canelo thing because uh the whole Canelo Crawford thing. I was actually gonna do I might come back on later, probably a couple hours, do a preview show for that Virgil Ortiz situation. I was actually supposed to be talking about Virgil Ortiz, but so many people focus on the Canelo situation to where um I just gotta say this, you know what I'm saying? And I basically want to talk about Canelo and Crawford. People talking about whether Crawford should be in the ring with Canelo. Because I've been around, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys that have YouTube channels or whoever, not taking any shots at anybody, fans that have been watching boxing longer than YouTubers, but just they're being extremely biased, man. Like to the point where they are treating Canelo like he's Floyd Mayweather. And we didn't even do this with Floyd. Like when Floyd was, I gave Floyd trouble for fighting Canelo. I felt like Canelo was someone who was not ready. We had every fan on earth telling me that Canelo needs to jump in the ring. These dudes start begging for Canelo to fight Floyd Mayweather in the middle of us trying to get Pacquiao and Mayweather. We was trying to get Mayweather and Pacquiao, and these dudes said, "Nah, I want to see this Canelo guy who's 23 years old. I think he has a chance more than anybody in boxing." These fans that are walking around among us thought that Canelo had a better chance of fighting Floyd Mayweather at 36 years old than any boxer on earth. Anybody. These same fans last week, I was like, nah, I think Rayo got a chance. Man, Rayo got dropped by De Los Santos. Pitbull finna run all over Rayo. Like, it's okay to be wrong about a fight, bro. But when you have people actually break the fight down the right way and they don't give credit, like ain't nobody over here giving me credit about picking Rayo last week. All I see is people jumping on Rayo bandwagon. They said the same thing they say about Canelo is the same thing they were saying about Pitbull last week. Oh, Pitbull finna run all over Rayo. I'm not finna listen to y'all about no boxing. What do y'all not understand? I'm not finna argue about no dudes who were just talking about Pitbull was an elite boxer and he got outboxed with a jab. Rayo wasn't even throwing power punches like that. And they want to tell me how Canelo gonna do this and that. It sounds like the same thing they said about Pitbull and Rayo last week. I've been telling dudes that if these guys who tank fight and get in the ring with somebody that actually can box, when I said that the guys who tank been fighting, if they get in the ring with guys who actually can box, now if Pitbull was on PEDs last week, he would have actually won the fight, and that's a fact. That's probably not. But PEDs don't matter though. Let Pitbull would have took PEDs last week, and he would have jumped in the ring with Ryo, and seen what kind of Pitbull would have been in there. Like, I don't know if people know this or not, but they're gonna have to live with what they said all these couple of months. This year, I'm telling you, a lot of guys this year, they destroyed their boxing channels on YouTube. That's why you see a lot of guys making other YouTube channels now. They're trying to get away from boxing because they kind of cashed out on the Devin Haney situation and everything else they've been lying about this year. It's a lot. Pitbull, that's another one. That's another one. That's a fact. I hate when fans don't break down fights down. That's why I only watch a few boxing channels. Me too, Tyrese. Tyrese, most of the boxing channels I watch, they got 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. I don't be out here trying to, bro. It ain't. You gonna end up losing money like that trying to chase who popular and who the big name is and stuff like that. I remember, bro. I remember when every day people was talking about Triple G. Triple G after Triple G fought Canelo that last time. Nobody asked for Triple G to fight anybody again. They didn't even ask for Triple G versus Canelo 3. We got fans that are so fanned out, they didn't even ask for Triple G versus Canelo 3. They just got it, and then they bragged about paying for it. You want to see these guys go 12 rounds again, but then when other guys go 12 rounds, it's a problem. But when Triple G and Canelo go 12 rounds, it's the best thing they ever seen. Telling you, they're getting exposed. And these are the same fans that sit up here and break their neck to go see Tyson Fury after he got dropped by an MMA fighter. Yeah, y'all thought I forgot about that? Y'all jumped out here and broke y'all neck to go see Tyson Fury fight Usyk after he got dropped by an MMA fighter? Let Deontay Wilder get dropped by an MMA fighter and see what these people say. Oh, yeah, the same Deontay Wilder who fights guys 70 pounds over. Now, all of a sudden, these fans can count pounds now. Oh, 15 pounds is too much. Oh, 30 pounds is too much. Deontay Wilder fights a guy over 70 pounds. Oh, he's supposed to do that. A guy who can't box is supposed to fight somebody 70 pounds over. Yeah, that makes sense. And, bro, if you go back and look at all my videos, Tyrese, I kept it 100 about Pitbull. Pitbull's still a good fighter. I still like Pitbull. Pitbull only 25 years old. But don't try to make Pitbull like he the next Canelo when he ain't did the things that other guys have did. Y'all they gave Pitbull more credit than they give Crawford. These fans are disgusting, bro. Just tell the truth. Like I said, a lot of these people, man, trust me, bro. It's the end for a lot of these people. I do this for the young guys who's coming up who actually want to learn boxing. These older guys, they already like who they like. They ain't gonna tell the truth. We already know that. That's why the world look like it is now. So the younger people, this is what I do it for. The people who actually learning. It's still kids that's coming up learning boxing, and teenagers and people in college. And even I'm learning. So we're gonna learn together. But we ain't gonna get on here and cap though. That's what we're not gonna do. It's a lot of and Tyrese, no, he's speaking facts. A lot of these dudes hype Pitbull because he beat Tank. Thank you, Tyrese. And Tyrese will tell y'all, I've never disrespected Tyrese ever in the chat. But people will get on here and be like, man, you be doing too much, bro. But y'all get on here talking about how somebody can turn down $100 million. Bro, if y'all get on here and tell Canelo is the first man I ever seen turn down $100 million, and you got dudes that don't got $10 in their pocket trying to tell me how that makes sense. No other man has turned down $100 million to fight for 30 minutes. I don't know if anybody knows that. Nobody turned down a fight for 30 minutes. You don't care about nobody else's life that much. Trust me. Not when you fought Amir Khan and destroyed him. He destroyed Amir Khan. Then Triple G did the same thing. People don't even realize it. Triple G and Canelo fought 147 guys. Amir Khan and Kell Brook at the same time. And people so fanned out, they was okay with it. Bro, I've never been okay with people fighting welterweights when you at middleweight. Now Crawford trying to do the same thing. Y'all, it's a problem. Why y'all didn't say that when Triple G was fighting Amir Khan? Kell Brook. Let me pull up that picture. That disgusting picture. Well, yeah, He destroyed Kell Brook. Kell Brook ain't been the same since he fought Triple G. I don't. But everybody's supposed to be super Canelo fans though. But y'all was okay with him fighting Kell Brook? I mean, Amir Khan? And then Triple G destroyed Kell Brook? Same Triple G who been fighting at 160 since he was in high school? Let's stop it, man. Please. We talking about extreme weight bullies. These guys are weight bullies. Look how big Triple G is right now. Yeah, he was. He was. He was, Tyrese. Hey, Tyrese, I don't agree. I don't disagree with that, Tyrese. Absolutely. Absolutely, Tyrese. Absolutely. I agree with that, Tyrese. Absolutely. I agree with that, Tyrese. 1,000. Yeah, I agree with that, Tyrese. Too much running. I wanted Kell Brook to fight. Hey, was it Kell? Yeah, I think we did want Kell Brook to fight. Yeah, Spence. Yeah, we did. Even though he still, that's why he went ahead and did it after that. Kell Brook wanted that payday though. And he was giving Triple G some problems. He gave him a couple of licks. Triple G was getting beat up by Kell Brook a little bit. Kell Brook just wasn't that big, man. He was just not that big. But yeah, but you saying some facts. I don't disagree with that. But these people trying to act like they care about size now. Why ain't nobody said this about Deontay Wilder? Everybody say Deontay Wilder legs weigh 3 pounds. He got the skinniest legs of all time. But he fighting guys 300 pounds though. Now all of a sudden we count weight. So just go ahead and admit that y'all wanted my favorite fighter, Deontay Wilder, to get destroyed all these years. Because now y'all know how to count how much 15 pounds is too much and Crawford too small. I ain't never heard nobody say Deontay Wilder too small. So thank you for admitting that you wanted one of my favorite fighters to get destroyed. The guy who helped bring heavyweight boxing back. Thank you for admitting that you wanted him to get destroyed this whole time, all these years. And that you let a guy who get dropped by an MMA fighter live on to be Usyk's leftovers. Thank you for admitting it. I didn't hear nobody say, man, you know what? Tyson Fury, this dude got dropped by an MMA fighter, then got beat up by a cruiserweight, and people want to see a rematch. This dude got beat up by a cruiserweight, and people want to see a rematch. Insane. What's up, Adam? Hey, Adam ain't got a wrench, man. Hold on, man. Small for Crawford. Canelo. I don't understand people saying Crawford's too small for Canelo. Crawford said he will fight at 168, so they will be the same size. People suck at math these days. And also, Adam, another thing too. I'm glad you said that, Adam. And I ain't even think about this, Adam. A lot of these people, you could consider them as Kell Brook and Amir Khan fans too. They were fans of Amir Khan and Kell Brook too. Now that I think about it, a lot of these guys, because you know, Canelo and Triple G wasn't in the same division of those guys. So a lot of these guys was fans of Amir Khan and Kell Brook too. So to see those guys go up and fight Canelo and Triple G when they had all those Charlos and everybody down there. And Adam's just telling the truth. Like the size difference, when did that become a problem? I've never heard people saying that a fighter was too small. I've never heard that. We can go back into history. I've never heard people say a fighter was too small to fight another fighter. I've never heard that in my life. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. They tried to get Floyd to fight Triple G. They tried to get Floyd to fight Triple G. Look how big Triple G is right now. There's a female Canelo fan talking about Crawford is small and does no pay-per-view numbers, but Triple G didn't do any pay-per-view numbers without Canelo, and Triple G fought at a weight he refused to fight it. Hey, you know what's crazy? I'm gonna say something else too. Hey, I'm gonna say something else too to Tyrese and Adam. You know what's crazy? Triple G Triple G sold the same amount of pay-per-views as me and y'all have. So the same amount of pay-per-views that Adam sold, Tyrese sold, and that I've sold, which is 0. Triple G sold no pay-per-views by himself. This dude came to America and made $100 million. And people are talking about Turkey Al-Sheikh. Triple G is worse than Turkey Al-Sheikh. This dude sold no pay-per-views. He couldn't do no pay-per-views on his own. He rode Canelo's coattails to the end. If you take away that Canelo, and you know what's crazy? Him losing to Canelo is somehow a positive. They need a name on Canelo's resume so bad that they say, yeah, Triple G, he lost to Canelo, but he's still number 4 on pound for pound. What? He's number 4 on pound for pound. The dude been at 160 his whole career. And I've been saying this for years. Triple G never moved up, and he was on pound for pound like he was just going around fighting everybody. The dude went down to welterweight to fight Kell Brook and somehow went up on pound for pound. That's why I don't like pound for pound. That's why I don't like it. The guys who's on pound for pound, when they retire, you won't even talk about them. Triple G just said he's not even retired. And I told people that. I said, the dude didn't even retire. Everybody said, he's retired. He said, no, I'm not. I can still fight. And Triple G's like 220 right now. And he going to go right back down to 160. He going to do some Zerto stuff. When nobody's saying nothing about Zerto, and I like Zerto Ramirez. Got a lot of respect for Zerto. When nobody's saying nothing about Zerto, when he was going from 220, 230, all the way down to 175. So let's stop it with the weight bully stuff. And I know fighters that's in the Hall of Fame that started at 175 that went down to 150. And I don't call them guys out. What weight did Canelo start at? Canelo started at 140. Canelo started at 140, and he was at 154 for about 10 years. Then he fought Triple G. Canelo started at 140. He was at 154 for 10 years, and then he fought Triple G at 60. I gave Canelo credit for going up to fight Triple G. See, this is where I'm a real boxing fan. People gave Triple G credit for fighting a 154 Canelo. Think about that. People gave Triple G credit for that, for going down in weight. They gave Triple G credit for fighting a 47 and a 54, which is disgusting. They gave Triple G credit for that, like he actually did something. Hey, I know one thing. Turkey Al-Sheikh would have never been. He couldn't make no fights with Canelo and Triple G. If Turkey Al-Sheikh was around when Canelo and Triple G were fighting, he couldn't make no fights with them. They wouldn't pick the fights that he wants. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I like Triple G and Canelo. I have no problem with them. The only fight I was really asking from them was like Danny Jacobs around that time. I said, yeah, okay, they fought Danny Jacobs. But then it was like, oh, well, I need this much money and stuff. I need this, and what has this guy done? I'm like, whoa, hold on. Whoa. What is Triple G's talking like he's somebody? Like, what's going on? Is he in America right now talking like that? And we letting boxers come into America talking like that too. I couldn't go to the UK talking about, oh yeah, I need Frank Warren to do this, and Eddie Hearn need to get the ball rolling. I'm trying to be at the O2. Like, nah. So we gotta start using common sense. I can't go to the UK calling shots. I can't go to Australia right now telling them I need the same thing that Tim Tszyu got. It's getting bad right now. Triple G was only unified in one division. That's why I hated the whole Loma pound for pound one. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Tyrese. I did. I didn't like it because I didn't like the Loma thing because, as we can see now, Loma, his win only counts for certain people. Like I've told people for months, Tyrese, Loma, he gave Teofimo Lopez a black eye. And we know this. Lomachenko never gives people black eyes. He gave Teofimo a black eye. People say, yeah, man, Teofimo blew out. But come on, bro. Like, did we see the fight? Like, Teofimo almost got dropped in that fight. Almost got stopped late in that fight. I was begging him to like survive because I bet on him. I'm like, bro, you got to survive. You tripping. So when the same thing happened in Devin Haney fight, the first thing that popped into my mind was, oh, a lot of people didn't watch Teofimo fight Loma. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Because if you're a real Lomachenko fan, you'll be bragging right now that Lomachenko is the only person that stopped Kambosos out of Devin Haney and Teofimo. But since they don't watch boxing like that, I don't think they understand that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it kind of. But Lomachenko, he's only getting talked about right now because of Tank Davis. That's the only reason. When he was fighting Kambosos a couple of months ago, nobody cared. That's why I don't like the pound for pound thing. Just like when Inoue got dropped in the second round, I think Inoue got dropped in the second round recently. Anybody else that would have got, if Crawford would have got dropped like Inoue, everybody be talking about it right now. Inoue got dropped in the second round. They put him on pound number one after that. But let me get to this whole Canelo thing. I'm getting away from that. But with Canelo, my thing is Canelo has 2 losses. Never asked for a rematch. And people would say, well, Mayweather, he wouldn't rematch Canelo. Why would he not rematch Canelo when he rematched Maidana? What's a bigger fight? Fighting Canelo twice or fighting Maidana twice? Canelo don't even do rematches. Exactly. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. I was looking at that last night. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. Early. Appreciate that, Adam. Adam speaking facts. Adam, another thing too, Adam. And Adams knows this better than I do. Everyone was asking for Crawford, not Crawford. They was asking for Spence to fight Canelo after he fought Crawford. Nobody said Spence needs a warm up. They didn't say we need Spence to get ready for Canelo. We don't know. Everybody wanted Spence to fight Canelo after he was going to beat Crawford. Everybody. Even when the reports came out a couple of months ago, they said that um it was going to be Charlo, then it was going to be Spence, and then it was going to be the other Charlo. See, what happened was the Munguia fight. It only happened because Spence was on. Thank you, Tyrese. Exactly. Spence was on Canelo's three fight deal. Because if y'all notice, and a lot of people don't notice, I reported this too last year. Canelo called Munguia after Spence lost. After Spence lost, and then he knew the other Spence wasn't ready. I mean, the other Charlo wasn't ready. Jamal Charlo, he called. Hey, I need you to fight. And Munguia said, "It's October. When we gonna fight in May?" He wanted Munguia to wait from when he fought Derevyanchenko in July. He wanted Munguia to wait from July all the way to May to fight. So 10 months. He wanted Munguia to take off 10 months for that fight. And Munguia like, nah, I'm gonna fight John Ryder. Canelo sat up here and waited on Munguia to fight John Ryder because he didn't know if he was gonna win or not. So if Munguia wouldn't have beat John Ryder, he wasn't gonna fight John Ryder again. He was supposed to fight Spence that May. Because you know Canelo picks the fights. They're gonna try to blame somebody else now. They can't blame Oscar like they used to. And I'm gonna tell a lot of people too who fans of Tank, because I'm a fan of Tank. I see a lot of y'all doing that Mayweather. Oh well, Mayweather didn't let Tank pick his fights, so now, nah, we ain't finna do that. We don't do that in America for nobody. We don't do that for nobody in America. Not in America. Not in America. The standards got to be high now. The plan was Spence was never supposed to fight Crawford and fight Canelo in Dallas, I heard. Yeah, that was the plan. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, all day, Adam. I done seen you in here. I just ain't never been able to catch you. You be coming in at the good times, when I be excited or when I be, like, doing the fights. But, yeah, appreciate that, bro. I already seen you in here. Yeah, Adam been around a long time, man. Appreciate that, Adam, for coming through, man. I know you don't say much, but appreciate that, man. Yeah, you pretty smart, man. Yeah, y'all basically, spitting facts. Everybody don't know this already. And you know what? To be honest, bro, I've been protecting Spence for so long, bro. Like, I never brought up the fact that he was boots mandatory. 'Cause I said, Spence is trying to do some big things at PBC. Most of the fights he picks are big fights. He's not taking any tune-ups. I'm not gonna force Boots Ennis. See, that's how nice I am. I told Spence, I'm not gonna force Boots Ennis on you because you already trying to fight Ugas, Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman turned you down. You fought Sean Porter, all that stuff. Mikey Garcia. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna give Spence a break. You know what I'm saying? He fighting a lot of guys. I'm not gonna force boots on him. And I thought that's what because everybody else, they wasn't forcing boots on Spence. That was his mandatory. Then as soon as Spence lose, everybody talking about, yeah, boots next. Why Crawford got to prove himself at 36 years old, but Boots Ennis don't? Oh yeah, I need to get out and walk too, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna get out and walk after I do this. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Adam. Yeah, but why does Crawford got to prove himself and Boots Ennis don't? That's crazy. People like, yeah, well, Boots, all he got to do is beat Evernesian and he good. But Crawford, he got to beat Spence, Porter. Uh, he got to beat all these guys. Oh, shalom, shalom. What's going on, Ben? What's going on, Ben? Yeah, he got to beat all these guys. And I'm saying right now, bro, I've been saying this since last year. Canelo and Triple G, those three fights, they helped create Jake Paul. If Canelo would have fought Boo Boo Andre, Charlo way back then when he was fighting Triple G, Jake Paul would have never been able to find himself on the Zone, Showtime, none of that stuff. But we were never getting the fights we asked for. The only fights that people were getting was from YouTubers. Now, if you're in boxing and you're a fan, and the only fights you getting are Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, but you like, man, I want to see Canelo fight Benavidez. No, that ain't gonna happen. The only fights we were getting was from YouTubers. I gave Ryan Garcia credit last. That's why I don't let people get on here and try to let me pick sides and everything else because I was already supporting Ryan Garcia, but that's over with now. But last year, Ryan Garcia said I picked the Tank Davis fight because all these YouTubers was taking over boxing. Everybody in boxing been saying it already. Jake Paul was taking over. He was doing way more numbers than Canelo. Y'all didn't hear me coming out saying, "Well, Jake Paul, he the face of boxing because his numbers look like this." And Canelo, I was seeing more celebrities in the crowd. Go back and look at Bivol versus Canelo. Look at the crowd, and then go back and look at Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul. Then look at the crowd and see how many celebrities is in the crowd. And look how many celebrities at the Canelo Bivol fight. Nobody. And Canelo got beat with a jab twice. He got beat with a jab twice. And then everybody say, man, Bivol ain't got no power, man. He can't knock out nobody. Canelo got beat with a jab twice. And he got beat by two guys who ain't got knockout power like that. If you went in there with Bivol, I mean not Bivol, but Bitter Biv, he would have got stopped. Yeah, Oscar be tripping, bro. Yeah, Oscar was on one. Oscar be on one. I have I don't know. He say one thing in the interview, the next interview he's like, nah. But you know he promoting right now, so he all over the place. And that's another thing too. Canelo sit up here and said, "Well, Oscar was stealing money from me, man. I can't do business with Oscar." And then you go do the Munguia fight with Oscar. Why would you go do a fight with a guy you said that was stealing from you? Like, I can't believe nothing Canelo says. This dude just did a fight with a guy he said that was stealing from him. You won't give Boo Boo Andre and nobody else a payday, but you'll give a guy a payday that you said robbed you and took money from you. Bro, don't Cane does Canelo know that this is not Mexico, that he's in America doing stuff that Americans can't do? This dude he's doing whatever he wants. He got Triple G to come from, Kazakhstan, make $100 million, don't say sell no pay-per-views, makes $100 million, doesn't beat Canelo one time, don't put Canelo on the ground. For some reason, Triple G fought Canelo for 100 minutes. Couldn't put Canelo on the ground one time, but he can box. He a elite boxer. But a guy like Deontay Wilder get in the ring, put Tyson Fury on the ground 3 or 4 times. Oh, he a bum. And he fighting a guy that's 5 or 6, 50, 60 pounds heavier than him. But Usyk fights Tyson Fury, who was 20 pounds, well, 30 pounds heavier than him, and he's a boxing god. And he couldn't even put Tyson Fury down. But don't let Pitbull put, and then another point too, Pitbull, people say, well, Pitbull knocked out Rolly Romero. Bro, Rolly Romero was standing on his feet at the end of that fight. That's not a knockout. But if Deontay Wilder puts Tyson Fury to sleep and he gets up, people are like, oh man, that wasn't a knockout. See, he got up. Rolly got up against Pitbull. I told y'all that. If the referee would have let that fight go, Pitbull would have lost that fight. Just like he lost against Ryo. I just heard people last week telling me Pitbull is unbeatable. He can't get beat. He gonna cut off the ring. He's gonna maul Ryo. Heard that last week. You know, it can't be a 50-50 fight. It always gotta be one guy who's gonna end up knocking the other guy out. Yeah, those I don't know if fans know it or not, but those days are over. All these fights right now are 50-50. No more of those fights where you got no more of those other fights. It's not happening no more. All these fights are 50-50 now. Yeah, you have to be respectful or he won't fight you. My bad, Tyrese, I seen the other message. Canelo didn't fight Boo Boo, Jamel because they weren't respectful. You had to be respectful to fight him. That's disgusting. Floyd ain't never said, "Hey man, this dude gotta respect me, or I ain't gonna fight him." You know what's crazy though? We got higher standards for guys like Floyd Mayweather. That's why his resume looks like it does. But in this day and age, you can fight a Ngannou and you can get dropped, and then go on to other fights like Usyk, a cruiserweight, get knocked around the ring by him, and people will still look at you like you have a chance in a rematch. I just don't understand it, boy. It's getting exposed though. You can't fight 200-pound Deontay Wilder no more. When you got to fight a guy your size, it's a lot more different now. See, a lot of people getting exposed when they fighting guys their own size. See, people want to let Deontay Wilder sit on the couch for 2 years and then jump in the ring with him and get credit. But when you got to get in the ring with a Martin Bacoli who's 30 pounds heavier than you, and you got to fight somebody 30 pounds heavier than you, like these other heavyweights are doing, like Joseph Parker been doing his whole career, and these other guys, that's when it gets tough. See, everybody can't do that. And Canelo, he's destroying his own argument because he's the guy who was talking about fighting a cruiserweight recently. But you don't want Terrence Crawford to challenge himself, but you want to fight a cruiserweight. This dude trying to fight Bacoli, bro. Canelo trying to fight Bacoli, brother. I don't know if everybody knows, but that dude McAloo. That's Bucoli's brother. He tried to fight Martin Bucoli's brother. Canelo Alvarez tried to go up to cruiserweight, 200 pounds, and fight Martin Bucoli's brother, the brother of the guy who just got beat by Jerry Anderson. People wanted Canelo to go up and fight him. They were okay with it. And Badu Jack. He wanted Badu Jack at 170 though, and Badu Jack said, "No, sir. I don't even fight at 75. Why would I go to 170?" And Badu Jack. But Crawford, no, he can't go up 15 pounds like Charlo did. No, that ain't fair. Charlo Charlo way better boxer than Crawford, so he don't need to go up 15 pounds like Charlo did. Man, these dudes tripping. That's why I ain't want Charlo to fight Canelo. I let it go because I was like, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna let it go right now because he wasn't the first choice. It is what it is. He wasn't the first choice. But the same guys who talking about don't nobody want to fight Boots, they the same ones that said don't nobody want to fight Jamel Charlo. And he got a Canelo fight. After turning down Tim Tszyu. Then I heard people turn around and say, "Hey, I want Crawford to fight." So let me tell y'all this. So Tim Tszyu is Jamel Charlo's mandatory. So people wanted Crawford to fight Jamel Charlo's mandatory when he was at 147. Terence Crawford goes up to 154 to fight Jamel Charlo's mandatory. Then all of a sudden they say, "Nah, I want Charlo to fight Spence mandatory Boots at 147." So we punishing guys for moving up in weight now? Guys is getting punished for moving up in weight. Do y'all see where boxing is going? This dude getting punished for moving up in weight. Man, that's crazy. I can't believe it. Charlo went 12 rounds with Harrison, 12 rounds with Castano. Everybody thought he lost. I thought he lost that first fight. I'm just gonna keep it real. I thought Charlo lost that first fight to Castano, and he lost that fight to Harrison. So he needed two rematches. So Charlo needed two rematches at 154, but everybody said he ready for 68. But let me get to this Canelo thing though. Yeah, it just show how special Floyd is. Yeah, it is. But yeah, it's a lot, bro. I wouldn't say it's that, bro, because it's a lot of Mexicans and whites who like Crawford also. So I wouldn't say it's that, but it is a lot of that. But it's also a lot of dudes in America that's doing that too, bro. It's a lot of dudes that look like all the guys in America, bro, the guys in America not to be supporting Crawford. The same guys who supporting Crawford should be supporting Floyd. I mean, that was supporting Floyd should support Crawford because Floyd got support for McGregor fight. If Floyd can fight McGregor and all the fans can support that, nah, I don't need to explain anything about Crawford. If Tyson Fury can fight Ngannou and Floyd can fight McGregor, Crawford could do whatever you want. What are we talking about? The Triple G best fight was losing to Canelo, and he was already heavier than Canelo. Triple G like 40 something years. He like 10 years older than Canelo. The dude was 160 when Canelo was probably in high school. And we talking about who don't need to move up and fight somebody? Man, hey, two things I'm mad about. I wish Floyd would have never fought Canelo because he ain't deserve it. He went 12 rounds. He did the same thing Wilder did against Joseph Parker. Everybody said Wilder should retire after he went 12 rounds with Joseph Parker, like Joseph Parker a bum or something. Then Canelo goes 12 rounds and Floyd does nothing. Everybody's like, well, yeah, he gonna be the face because he got a fan base and nothing that has nothing to do with boxing. Nothing to do with boxing. So Canelo came out recently and said that, and this is big news right now, nobody said this yet. Canelo came out recently and said he fought all the fighters that he has asked him to fight. I'll repeat that. Canelo came out recently and said he fought all the fighters that the fans asked him to fight. So did Canelo fight everybody that we asked him to fight in his career? Because I didn't ask Canelo to fight that many people. He's saying that he fought everybody that we asked for. Bro, I didn't want Canelo to fight Floyd. So I don't know who he's saying that we asked him to fight. Yeah, he would fight Boots. He would fight Boots. He would fight Boots. I'm not gonna lie, we was going over some good names the other night as far as who Canelo could fight next. Bro, it's looking like, and I'll tell y'all right now, because we was talking about it the other night. 80, we was talking about the other night, wasn't we? Me and 80 came up with who was it? It was in Billy, Pacheco, who was the other guy? Canelo could fight next year, I guess. What, in Billy, Diego Pacheco, and who was the other person? Forgot that third name. What was that third name, 80? That sounded about right. And Billy Pacheco and somebody else. It ain't gonna be Benavidez. And I know a lot of people recently, and I'm gonna tell y'all another thing too. It's gonna be another live, but a lot of people gave me a lot of trouble for saying David Morrell was not ready yet. But then all I heard after last weekend was David Morrell's not ready. Crazy. I gotta wait on these people to say something a year after I done said it. That's insane, bro. And then you know what's crazy? David Morrell only got like 11, 12 fights. Dave Morrell only got 11 fights. So Dave Morrell had 10 fights last week, and everybody said, "Oh, that's enough to fight Benavidez." But when Madrimov has 10 fights, everybody's like, "Oh, he's a bum." What? So they making my argument for me. Yeah, he didn't fight nobody we asked for. He said, and Billy, man, I gotta go back. Now we ain't saying Glaciers. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Absolutely, that's what it was. That's the third guy. Absolutely. You right. That's what it was. Yeah, you right, man. He only fought Floyd, Triple G, Trout. He fought Lara. He fought Lara. Cause you know I keep it real on my channel. I'm not gonna lie on Canelo. He fought Lara. He fought Danny Jacobs. I forgot to put Danny Jacobs on there. My bad. He fought Danny Jacobs. I asked for that fight. Oh, Hector Garcia? Yeah, Hector Garcia. Oh, appreciate that. I'm gonna report that. Appreciate that, Tyree. Yeah, Hector Garcia just moved up to 35, 135. Yeah, we ain't saying Iglesias. I gotta look at that Iglesias fight too. Yeah, we did say him. Morrell needs another step up. I agree. He needs another one. I told people he wasn't ready yet, man. People, and then what's funny is people acting like Vozick. Bro, people be exposing themselves. They acting like Vozick is a bum because he got knocked out by Bitterbeard. They said Rayo was a bum because he got knocked out by Edwin De Los Santos, who was a late replacement. Who Tyrese reminded me of that last week. He got knocked out by De Los Santos. People like, yeah, Rayo a bum. Pitbull gonna do the same thing. Yeah, if he let his hands go. Yeah, I had forgot to put Danny on there. Yeah, Pitbull ain't nothing but what Canelo is. Canelo and Pitbull the same type of fighter. Same type of fighter. Pitbull young though. I don't try to give too much you know, Pitbull, he fights everybody, bro. I give him credit for that. You know what I'm saying? You get these days, you gotta get credit for that. He fights everybody. But nah, but look, Tyrese, these are the guys that Canelo said we asked him to fight. He said we asked him to fight Caleb Plant, Trout, Triple G, Miguel Cotto, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, and Lara. I didn't ask him to fight Lara, but I will give him credit for that. I didn't ask him to fight Miguel Cotto because he had just got beat up by Pacquiao, I think already. Um, then you know what's crazy, bro? Have y'all ever seen when Shane Mosley fought Pacquiao? Like Shane Mosley got destroyed against Pacquiao. I'm talking about destroyed, bro. He couldn't even talk. Like during the fight, like Shane Mosley, they tried to stop the fight. Like he was getting destroyed. Canelo fought Shane Mosley right after that. Like, go back and look at how Shane Mosley looked in that fight when he was in the corner. He couldn't talk. Like, he got a lot of damage. Like, if y'all see like the way Shane Mosley talks slow and stuff now, a lot of that happened in that Pacquiao fight. And Canelo fought that man right after that. And he wants credit for that. If if Floyd would have did that, I would have said, no, sir. You ain't getting credit for that. I mean, that man just fought Pacquiao. Yeah, Pacquiao was a beast. I mean, Cotto, yeah, I give him credit for Cotto. But he's talking about these are the guys we asked him to fight. I don't know if Canelo knows that or not, but we wouldn't check him. I wouldn't check him for Canelo like that back then. I wasn't checking for Canelo back then. In February, I don't know about in February. February might be it might be something to do with Terrence Crawford that's gonna happen. I know in March we're gonna have Fury versus Anthony Joshua possibly in March. I know that's gonna happen. As far as February, possibly, I don't know because it's gonna be kind of tight. They might push some stuff back because Tim Tszю's gonna end up fighting Ortiz if they win these two fights they have coming up. And I don't know if they'll be able to fight. Somebody said they could fight late this year, but nah, that'll be too far away. It might be January or something. It's gonna be too close. They're gonna have to push some stuff back. So I don't know. It might be a situation like last year. You remember when Fury and Usyk was like set up for February? Then we had uh it might be stuff like that where they just push a couple of fights back and do some shuffling. But they're gonna definitely have Ortiz and Tszyu next if they win these next fights. Then they're gonna have Fundora and Spence. I don't know if Spence is has a trainer yet, so his fight might end up being in November instead of October. But I did hear I also had some news coming out that PBC is gonna have free fights. I wanna say the end of this year and mostly next year. They're gonna have at least 4 or 5 free fights coming up. So PBC are gonna do free fights again. Most likely gonna be. Yeah, I'll be surprised if they did a Tank Davis free fight. That would be insane, but I don't think they're gonna do that. It'll probably be anybody except him. You asked for Billy Joe? I didn't ask for Billy Joe because Billy Joe had turned down that Andre fight, and then he had popped for PEDs. So I didn't want Canelo to fight a guy that was on PEDs, but or just pop for PEDs, but Canelo insisted. So, and that was a huge fight. I think that was in like Cowboy Stadium or something. Oh yeah, I think yeah, Loma got a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm trying to see because I don't know if Loma gonna fight Baranchik or not. That Loma situation is getting very weird. What was you saying about this, AD? You was naming as far as their next fights? Yeah, yeah, Canelo tripping. But these are the guys Canelo said we asked him to fight. He said Billy Joe Saunders, Cullen Smith, Floyd, Trout. He didn't say Cotto and all those guys. He just said Clint, Trout, Triple G, Laura, and Cotto, you know, Billy Joe. Bro, I didn't ask him that fight, none of those. Well, really, not really, man. Cause I knew he wasn't ready for Floyd. Like, to be honest with you, I was a huge Floyd Mayweather fan for years, like in the '90s. But I didn't when everybody was watching Mike Tyson, I was watching Floyd. So I just put that into perspective. When everybody was like, "Yeah, Mike Tyson," I was watching Floyd back then. Nobody cared about Floyd back then. So I was watching Floyd way back when. So I've been watching technical boxing all my life. So this guy, he wasn't ready for Floyd. I already knew it, but fans, they insisted, man. They tried to make it seem like Canelo was the next Oscar and everything else. They thought Floyd was gonna retire. They would have waited 2 more years, they probably would have had a chance. But the Caleb Plant fight, it was undisputed, but I didn't want that fight though. Triple G 3 times, I definitely didn't want that. I didn't want Triple G 1 time. When him and Triple G fought Kell Brook and Amir Khan, I knew they was gonna fight next. But if we look back in history, Triple G and Kell Brook, I mean Triple G and Canelo fighting 3 times, that helped create Turkey Al-Sheikh, and that helped create Jake Paul. When Floyd was in boxing, there wasn't no Turkey Al-Sheikh walking around, and there wasn't no Jake Paul walking around. Now that Canelo doing all this jumping around, and I do what I want. Guess what? You got to have somebody else come in to help save boxing. And what's crazy is everybody was running around saying Turkey Al-Sheikh saving boxing earlier this year. I didn't say any of that. Go, you can Google my name and Turkey. I didn't say he was saving anything. All I said was he was exposing the guys who was talking about money and ducking, and everybody don't want to fight, and this guy don't want to fight me because he want a big payday. Well, all that's out the way now. You don't got to worry about trying to be a businessman no more. But I know one thing: Canelo's still gonna be the first boxer to ever turn down $100 million to fight for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. He'll never be able to get $100 million in 30 minutes in his life. Then 110 to fight a little small guy who's just like Amir Khan. Nah, that don't make any sense. And then you got guys who never had $1 million saying, "Yeah, that makes sense, man. I wouldn't do it." That's probably why you don't have $100 million, because you just won't do it. That makes sense to me. When fans tell me, "Yeah, I'll turn down $100 million," yeah, you'll never see a million talking about what you'll turn down. Make that make sense to me. Stop counting other people's money in boxing. I don't play Monopoly. Man, I don't be caring what these guys make, man. To be honest with you, I can care less. If I was worried about what all these boxers make right now, I wouldn't even have time to go live right now. Bro, back then, we wasn't even caring about how much Floyd was making. I didn't sit up here and say, "Man, Floyd, he needs to make $100 million to fight Canelo. That guy's only 23 years old." See, Oscar trying to get us to fight a young guy who's not even ready. So we need $100 million. And the guy trying to fight a 54. You know, Floyd really a 40, he really a 135. And then these American fans, I'm telling you, they getting exposed. You got a lot of American fans walking around saying that, power matters. Oh, it's just about the power. All that boxing don't matter, like Shakur and Terrence Crawford be doing. It's all about the power. But these are the same guys that picked Floyd Mayweather over Canelo, over Cotto, guys who's power punchers. So why would you pick Mayweather over power punchers if you say boxing doesn't matter? All it's about is knockouts and power. Why would knockouts and power matter against Canelo and everybody else when it's involving them? But against Floyd, everybody's like, "No, I'm gonna pick the boxer because." Come on, man, just say you're a fan of a guy and just keep it pushing. Save everybody time. People say, "You a fan of Deontay Wilder?" Absolutely. Yeah. What's the problem with that? What's wrong with supporting a guy who has over 40 knockouts? He fights everybody. He fought Tyson Fury before Usyk or Anthony Joshua did. For some reason, he's scared of Anthony Joshua, but he fought Tyson Fury 3 times. Um, he fights guys 60 pounds over, but we got guys that's the face of boxing crying about 5 pounds. Mm, yeah, let me not support that guy. Yeah, let's support the guy who got dropped by, MMA fighters and got mauled over by cruiserweights. These dudes getting dropped by MMA fighters, man. Can we use the same energy for everybody? Like, can we treat Tyson Fury like he was Floyd Mayweather if Floyd Mayweather got dropped by an MMA fighter? What if Floyd Mayweather got dropped by an MMA fighter? Would everybody go away quietly like they did with Tyson Fury? Or would they let him get a rematch? Absolutely not. Oh, David Morrell got 11 fights. He ready for Canelo. Everybody said, David Morrell, 11 fights. He's ready for Canelo. Majramov has 11 fights. Oh man, why is Terrence Crawford fighting that bum? But David Morrell, he has 11 fights. He's ready for Canelo and Benavidez. Bro, these dudes just be saying random things. They don't even know it. They killing their own arguments. It does that argument doesn't work for everybody. You actually gotta know boxing these days. Numbers don't matter in boxing unless it's knockouts and wins. That's the only number that matters. But that 11 fight theory that people been running around with, it's dead, man. It's dead. They don't even understand it. And we like Canelo. Canelo has drained just like everybody said that, a lot of these, boxers is drained and they weight bullies. Canelo has drained the sport of boxing in America. He has drained the sport so bad that we had to basically make Jake Paul a star now. That's what Canelo has done for American boxing. He has helped make Jake Paul a star. Jake Paul will never be able to walk around in the Mike Tyson era. He'll never be able to walk around in the Floyd Mayweather era. Jake Paul couldn't walk around in the Pacquiao era. Jake Paul ain't finna make no fight close to Pacquiao fights now. If we wanna be real. Oh, yeah, they not. They not. They not. And I'm trying to help them out because I'm such a I'm such a real reporter when it comes to boxing. I'm trying to let everybody know that the reason why Canelo and Tank is doing this because, how do I say this? Well, I don't know why Canelo. I can't make no excuse for him because they talking about he going to, Japan now. So Canelo trying to be an international star or something like that. I thought he was big around the world, but Canelo's not trying to fight in America like that no more. Not trying to fight in Mexico. He's trying to go to Japan now. So as far as Tank is the only like big name besides like Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, those type of guys that we have to actually put together big fights in America. So if PBC doesn't have him in America making big fights, we're really not gonna have no big fights over here like that. So that's the reason why they kinda hanging on to him. I understand that. But when he come out here saying this person ducking and that and that and that, and then you got fans doing all that, that's when I gotta start doing the exposing. You know what I'm saying? I really be trying to protect these guys. I ain't never sit up here and said Spence was ducking Boots when he was the mandatory for Boots. But all of a sudden, Boots is the guy Crawford need to fight. Why Crawford need to fight everybody else mandatory? He gotta fight Charlo mandatory and Spence mandatory before he fights Canelo. But Spence would have went right into the Canelo fight. Nobody would have had a problem. These same guys crying about Canelo and Crawford. They wasn't saying that when Spence was gonna fight Canelo. Like, Canelo and Spence been talking about that. It was in the plans. Because most of these guys were running around saying that Spence could beat the Charlos. So why would he fight the Charlos when y'all already thought that? He was gonna go right into the Canelo fight. Because what they've been saying these years, man, I heard Spence been beating up Charlo and sparring. He said, "Do I trust Turkey?" This is my honest, true opinion about that. And I thought about it a long time, and Imma give y'all my honest opinion. I did not like Turkey Al Sheik. The stuff people were saying about Turkey Al Sheik, that's what I was saying for, like, the first 4 or 5 months, because I felt like 2 reasons, but I don't feel the same, but Imma tell you the first thing I said. I didn't like that a lot of guys who was boxing in the ring wasn't getting credit for their boxing as far as the judging, and I didn't like that a lot of Americans wasn't getting fair, matchups when it came to boxing. Like, a lot of these guys, like Tyson, like, Joshua was fighting Otto Wallin, then you had Wilder come out the gate, he ain't fought in a year and a half, then he has to fight at 37, 38 years old, he gotta fight Joseph Parker, then he gotta fight a 300-pound Jon, when Jon's bigger than Anthony Joshua and Fury. And then these other guys, they fighting Otto Wallin, Frank Sanchez's, Caballos, Daniel Dubois, big babies, and everything else, so that's what I ain't like. I didn't like the double standards as far as and if you look at it, these guys ain't really fighting hard people. People like yeah, McCauley knocked out Jared Anderson, but Jared Anderson's 24 years old, and he never fought a guy over the same size as him. So he was unproven, but people give Jared Anderson so much credit because he can throw a decent jab that it's out of hand now. He don't got 40 knockouts. He ain't went 12 rounds with Tyson Fury. But we get so much credit for guys 'cause of sparring stories and stuff like that. That's why I don't talk about sparring on this channel. I don't talk about sparring. All the sparring stories, I heard this guy did this to this guy in sparring. And, and I'm a huge Spence fan, but that's how most of them guys became, fans of Spence. Well, I heard Spence did this to Mayweather in sparring, so he gotta be that deal. Like, okay, man. You said the best card on the, PBC was, it was alright. It kinda went how I thought it would. I'm not gonna lie, that fight was kinda boring, bro. Like, to be 100 with you, that's another live I gotta do a story about that. But, that fight looked like, the dude Shakur Stevenson fought. It looked just like Shakur Stevenson versus the other guy who fought. Ryo and Pitbull wasn't throwing them hands like that. They was jabbing and stuff, but it wasn't a lot of combinations in that fight. It was a lot of single shots, 1-2s. It wasn't a lot of combinations when Pitbull was just standing there. I seen Pitbull throw off 10 punch combinations. Pitbull was letting off more combinations against Tank. But that was a boring fight to me, to be honest with you. It looked just like the Shakur Stevenson fight. That's why a lot of fans but I agree with you what you're saying that, but I'm talking about as far as it was a good fight to me, but I'm saying, like, as far as the standards people been saying, it looked just like that Shakur Stevenson fight. I thought people would have said it was boring. Okay. I know why they're not saying it, but yeah, all Ryan was doing was throwing a jab the whole fight just like, Shakur Stevenson does. I'm confused. Tyson Fury does the same thing against, these other guys. He's not a knockout artist. No, you good, you good. No, you good. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. I was being, sarcastic, bro. Like, man. Not to you, but you know how they were saying that, Shakur Stevenson was boring recently. But that fight looked just like Shakur Stevenson fights, though. He would've jumped in the ring and did the same thing against Pitbull, they would've said it was boring. But I like Ryo, though. I'm glad Ryo won. I picked Ryo to win that fight. A lot of people said Bacoli. I ain't gonna lie to you. Imma listen to y'all next time. I kinda did the home team thing. I never do that. I'm just gonna be honest. I never do the, like, American bias thing, but it was so close, I just went with the guy. I'm just gonna be honest. But a lot of people said Bacoli on this channel. A lot of people said Bacoli. I mean, a lot of people. A lot of people. BN said Bacoli. Yeah, Ryo didn't surprise me because, like, when I look at boxing, like, I don't even look at X's and O's like that. I look at what a guy's like what he's actually like his energy. When Ryo last year, bro, he used to talk about that loss. Ryo used to almost cry in interviews the way he used to talk about that loss. He was eating them up. Like that loss to Cobra, because he already lost to De La Santo, then he lost to Cobra on a rivalry. And a lot of people say he's done. And I was like, he's not done. Same thing they did to Ryan Garcia last year. I said Ryan Garcia is not done. So I've seen people do that before, and I've also seen people jump on the bandwagons a little too early. I've seen Pitbull fight that, Cabrera guy the same way last year. I did a breakdown. I think that was one of my first prediction videos. That might have been my first prediction video on this channel. What I did, Pitbull versus Cabrera. I said it was going 12 rounds, and Cabrera could possibly beat Pitbull. If you look at it, he possibly did beat Pitbull. But, a lot of people just remember the not Ryo, but the Rolly fight. So they kinda ran with Rolly, and then they don't understand that Rolly was jabbing throughout the fight. But people say he ain't have a jab, but he was jabbing Pitbull throughout the fight. He did get hurt early because Pitbull was letting his hands fly, but when Rolly was jabbing, that's when Pitbull slowed down on the combinations. But later on, Rolly didn't jab no more, and Pitbull kinda got away with it, and he was still standing up at the end of the fight, but the referee waved it off though. But Rolly could have finished that fight though. I tried to tell fans that, but they kinda ran away with, "No, he knocked out Rolly." I said, "Okay, wait till the next fight." I said, "Wait till the next fight." Okay. And I like Pitbull. He's only 25. He takes hard fights. Pitbull doing something that Canelo ain't doing. So that's why you ain't gon that's why I don't have a live video talking about Pitbull ain't this and he ain't that, because Pitbull 25 years old, and he's fought Kimboa, he's fought, Tank Davis, he's fought Rolly, he's fought Giovanni Cabrera. He's only 25 years old, so he's helping the sport of boxing. Canelo is fighting Magia, Berlanga, John Ryder, and Charlo, who ain't fought in a year. No disrespect to those fighters, but I just got I have a high standard for Canelo. My standard is super high. I can't sit up here and lower my standard for Canelo. I didn't lower my standard for Floyd. Bro, y'all don't know this. When Floyd fought Canelo, I gave Floyd trouble for fighting Canelo. I said, "Bro, you fighting this young guy? How am I gonna be able to defend you and you fighting this young guy who's 23?" Like, everybody telling me, "No, man, he's ready, man. He's ready. He's ready." But you know what happened though? Go back to that Canelo and Floyd fight. It was either the first round or the second round. They said, "Yeah, man, Canelo, he redr re he, what they said, rehydrated to 170. Canelo weighed 170 today." I said, "What?" I said, "He fought Floyd at 170?" And they were laughing about it. They said, "Yeah, let's see how it goes." They laughed about it. And then if you look at Canelo's team, when they were, doing the ring announcements, they're laughing like, "Look how small Floyd is compared to Canelo. Oh, Canelo's finna wash him." So they already knew they had the size advantage, and he got washed. That's a good question, man. Joseph Parker was actually gonna try to do the Joe Joyce thing. Can't do that no more. Uh, Zane trying to do a rematch clause for Joseph Parker. He got a rematch clause still, so he's trying to do that. Um, yeah, he wants a rematch. But that's a good question. Hmm. I think I had some names written down. Hold on, I think I had it written down the other day. No, I don't got that name written down yet. I don't know. If they include someone like, I wouldn't say F.A. Ajagba, but it'd have to be a new name. They said Dillian White, so I could possibly see Chisora and Dillian White fighting, and then Parker getting the winner of that fight. I don't think he's gonna fight Hrgovic. That could be a decent one. I think Hrgovic might fight somebody like Caviar. I think Frank Sanchez might fight Jared Anderson, and I think Chisora gonna fight Dillian White. I was thinking of F.A. Ajagba and Carlos Talking, but Joseph Parker is kind of hard because a lot of guys he's trying to fight end up losing, or they haven't fought yet, or they have a fight coming up, so kind of difficult. So the only name he actually has right now is Zane. Bacoli and Zane being started. Oh, I think Zane gets Bacoli. I definitely think Zane gets Bacoli. I think Zane gets McCauley. Not because McCauley ain't, good, it's just Jared Anderson, he's not bro, that was the first person he fought at 250, 260, 270, 280. Jared Anderson not used to fighting them big guys, man. If y'all look at him, man, Imma give y'all a secret real quick since y'all in here with me. A lot of these heavyweights, a lot of those guys don't fight guys bigger than them. Just gonna throw that out there real quick. Anthony Joshua doesn't fight heavyweights bigger than him most of the time. Tyson Fury doesn't fight heavyweights bigger than him most of the time. The only person that's usually doing that is Usyk, Wilder, Joseph Parker. But these guys not fighting guys that's bigger than them. So if a McCauley, that's why they're kind of running away from McCauley. McCauley's too big and he's too young right now for these guys. He's in his prime. He's 31 years old. So I can see them putting him in the ring with Zane to try to get him out the way. Oh, absolutely. 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 I was talking about that. I'm gonna tell you something, Blake, man. I actually had picked McCauley, but I had forgot that Anderson was training with Sugar Hill. Cause you know they brought Sugar Hill in like the last minute. I think it's like July or something like that. And I was like, he's working with Sugar Hill. I didn't like the idea. I was like, nah, I don't like Sugar Hill. Like, I think he's overrated. So I was supposed to pick McCauley, but I had forgot about it. So I was like, no, I'm sticking with Jerry Anderson. And man, I looked in the ring, Sugar Hill standing right there. I said, he's finna get destroyed, man. And if you look at it, Sugar Hill was telling him advice and the strategy like the first round, and that's what kind of got him beat up. But in I want the second, third, and fourth round, he was listening to Brewer, the other trainer. And that's what Jared Anderson started moving, changing the level, letting the jab go, throw off combinations. But he was moving. But then he tried to go back to the like fourth and fifth round, start doing the like Tyson Fury thing where you know Tyson Fury comes forward and letting those combinations go. And he got rocked, man. You can't stand in front of a guy like that. He's not used to fighting big guys too. And I don't think he's in tip top shape. I think Jared Anderson can be just like Anthony Joshua is. Even though he's younger, he's still like developed early. But he's not in the weight room like that. He looked physically worse. And these are not excuses. Like he was gonna get beat up regardless. He's just not fighting good enough competition. He got to step his competition up. And this was a big step up fight. And a lot of guys are not fighting McCauley anyways. A lot of guys aren't fighting McCauley, or Michael Hunter. I was saying earlier this year that Michael Hunter might be the most underrated fighter in boxing. To be honest with you, and this is a guy who made quick work of McCauley. Not quick work, but it was pretty easy for him. Yeah, this guy gave Usyk his toughest fight, and he gave McCauley his toughest fight. But yeah, Michael Hunter don't get enough credit out here. He definitely doesn't. Yeah, he is. He's generic, man. He definitely is. His adjustments in the fight are terrible. I think he makes bad adjustments in the fight. Doesn't give these guys great advice. No defensive kind of specialty or nothing. And a lot of these guys are in shape. But no head movement or anything like that. Yeah, I'm not impressed by Sugar Hill. If you just look at what he's done the last year, bro, like the Ngannou fight, then the Usyk fight, then the Jared Anderson McCauley fight, like he's had a bad year, man. He's definitely had a bad year. He's definitely had a bad year. But yeah, man, a lot of these people out here, they don't understand that the standards are starting to change. It's starting to get exposed out here. It's really starting to get exposed. The boxer is the guy who's winning right now, most of the fight. The guy who can box, that's the guy who's winning. The power punchers, they're not winning right now. It's too many layoffs. Like a lot of guys are taking too much time off. It's not enough activity. It's a lot of boxers saying that we're not fighting enough, but the fans are not thinking about it. Oh, yeah, yeah, I had those too, the knockoffs. Them knockouts ain't had nothing on there. All that stuff used to be at the bottom. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's that cheap that's that cheap kind. Depending on what kind of milk you got, make them taste better. Yeah, but Canelo, you better do something, man. You better do something. I mean, Mexico's ready to hand off, the crown to Pitbull. They got a lot of guys like Rayo trying to make something happen. Zerto's still out there. They're not too happy about Canelo right now, not fighting these guys. I mean, Berlanga fight, Mexicans not happy about that. They wanna see Canelo fight Crawford. I don't know if anybody told y'all that out there. Mexicans in Mexico have been asking for Canelo versus Crawford before anybody has in the world. Before Americans have, anybody. They've been asking for that fight for about 2 years now. That's why Canelo don't do too many interviews over there no more. The first question they gonna ask is, "What's up with, Crawford?" You said, "Why they push the T over his blood?" 'Cause they don't know boxing. They don't know boxing. It can't I know you hey, and you know what's funny? Last year, I used to put up that T only got 2 knockouts in 8 fights, right? Now everybody running around doing these stats. I was the first guy on YouTube doing these kinda stats. Now everybody running around doing, "Oh, these 2 knockouts in his last 9 fights." Now everybody doing these stats now. I've been watching boxing on YouTube for years. I watch everybody. Now everybody doing these stats now. Oh, y'all didn't know Tito had 2 knockouts in the last 9 fights? But he'll knock out this guy and that guy? Yeah, right. Cut it out. Stop it. Stop it. Imma tell you, to be honest with you, Teofimo Lopez, his career is probably gonna last 3 more years. I think Teofimo got a good 6 fights left in him. He'll cash out with a Tank Davis fight, and that'll be it. People are watching him, get knocked out by Tank Davis, but yeah, they saying that. They saying that. But you know what's crazy though? What these guys they don't know, but bro, it's gonna be on the internet forever. Like, y'all posting this stuff like everybody's not gonna remember what you said. Like a lot of these guys acting like, "Yeah, I'm not a Spence fan no more." Nah, nah, stop it. Stop it. I'm a Spence fan, but I'm just saying, don't act like you didn't pick him last year and now all of a sudden you just know that Boots gonna beat Crawford. Nah. Y'all knew that y'all thought that Spence was gonna beat Crawford. Now y'all know Boots and all these other guys and Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, we give him credit for beating Josh Taylor after and you know what's funny though? I'm gonna tell you a secret too. A lot of fans know that he got beat up by what's the guy named Sandor Martin. Look at what everybody was saying when Devin Haney was the mandatory for Sandor Martin. Oh, that's the guy who got beat up by Teofimo. Oh, I thought y'all didn't see that fight. Oh, so y'all admit that Sandor Martin beat up Teofimo because they thought that Devin Haney was gonna be next with Sandor Martin. That's about the fans. And you know what a fan said to me in a comment one time? "Bro, if you quit talking about the fans, bro, people will actually like you." Bro, I've never met you. What you talking about? How am I talking about you? By telling the truth? Am I lying or not? That's all I care about. Am I lying? No, you're not lying. Okay. Well, all right. Job well done then. What's the problem? Yeah, right. Hey, 2 knockdowns. Oh yeah, you talking about that 1 knockdown? Yeah, it's supposed to be 2 knockdowns in that fight. Teofimo got dropped twice in that fight. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. Blake, man, he got dropped twice in that fight. I said Teofimo got dropped twice in this fight, man. Come on. And still won the fight. And Sandor Martin, he fought so good in that fight. Guess what Top Rank did? They ended up signing him this year. He on Top Rank now. He wasn't on Top Rank when they fought, but this year they waited till all the way to 2024 to sign Sandor Martin because he fought that good. against Teofimo Lopez. He's a replacement. So he's basically gonna replace Teofimo Lopez at 140. I think they got word that Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo Lopez, he don't like cutting weight. As soon as he get close to being feeling like he's drained, he just gonna move up. That's what I'm starting to notice about him. He moved up to 147 pretty quick. He was supposed to fight Ryan Garcia last year. I wonder why he turned it down. He must have knew that Ryan was on PEDs or something. Teofimo turned that fight down, and he turned down Tank Davis, but Tank Davis wanted a rehydration clause, and Teofimo was already at 140, and he would have fought at 135, but he wasn't doing rehydration. So I did give him credit for trying to make the Tank Davis fight last year. I did give Teofimo credit for that. I know a lot of people didn't report that, but he tried to fight Tank last year at 135. He was gonna move back down. Oh yeah, yeah, all day, bro. You keep it 100. That was the fight after Tio was in the ring and said, "Dad, do I still got it?" Yeah, bro. And I ain't even make fun of that, man. I ain't think that was funny because I knew he was going through a divorce and stuff like that. I wasn't making fun of him. I knew Ryan Garcia had all these problems with kids like 5 years ago, bro. Like 3 or 4 years ago, probably. No, 3 or 4 years ago. I'm tripping. I knew Ryan Garcia had problems with these girls and this all this stuff. I don't talk about none of that stuff. I be knowing, but I don't talk about that stuff. I knew Teofimo had some trouble, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna blame it on that. I'm just keep it boxing. But yeah, I knew he had some problems going through divorce and stuff like that. He fought a little better against Josh Taylor. I think Josh Taylor was actually still good in that fight too. But yeah, he said, "Dad, do I still got it?" And all the fans like, "Yeah, he still has it, bro." That's why I don't like when people give credit for a Lomachenko win no more. He got so much credit for beating Lomachenko. Man, I've never seen nobody get so much credit for beating one person in my life. This dude beat Lomachenko. Lomachenko already had a loss. They had like Lomachenko, which is unbeatable. Teofimo beat Lomachenko. They're just like, yeah, man. And then the dude lost to Kambosos, and they still put him on pound for pound. But then they'll say Kambosos is a bum. If Kambosos is a bum, and Teofimo lost to Kambosos and got dropped, what does that make Teofimo? Yeah, Ortiz was giving problems. Ortiz gave him problems, and I gave Ortiz credit. He would stop in exchange. Like when Teofimo would get close, he would stop in exchange with Tio, but Tio wouldn't let no combinations go. And that's what Ortiz would get back on the bike and go get the moving. He did it like 10 times. He'll do it at least like once every round. But Teofimo didn't want to do it. That's why at the end of the fight, he just quit chasing. He didn't want to let his hands go on Ortiz. Teofimo not jabbing no more, man. Teofimo ain't threw a jab since that Kambosos fight. Nah, I'm lying. He was jabbing in the Sandor Martin fight too. Ever since that Sandor Martin and Kambosos fight, he doesn't throw jabs no more. Like he's going backwards. He's trying to get knockouts now. That's why he's not getting knockouts because he can't set up that right hand with the jab. Dude not throwing a jab no more. No, I gave him credit for that Lomachenko win. I picked him in that fight. I picked him in that fight. I absolutely did. I picked him in that fight. I picked Kambosos to beat him too because he started getting big headed. I already knew what time it was, and that's one of the only press conferences you're gonna see of Kambosos where he's not talking. Kambosos wasn't talking that much against Teofimo in the press conference, but then Kambosos got a big head after that. Hey, Blank Man, I'm glad you said that, Blank Man. I'm gonna do a video on that coming up soon because nobody wants to talk about that. So I'm definitely gonna put a video up about that. That's a very good point. But also, it's another guy who I want to talk about. I want to talk about Pitbull's father as a trainer. I think Pitbull needs another trainer. And I never say stuff like that unless I really feel like that. But Pitbull not throwing no jab no more. He's not trusting his chin. He has a great chin. He's not trusting his abilities, man. He's not taking any risks no more. Trying to rely on the judges. He needs a new trainer. I wasn't impressed with the Rolly fight because he was throwing a jab against Rolly, but he do it to kind of like get to where he needs to go. I'm like, bro, nah, you're not gonna last fighting like that. So Pitbull, he needs another trainer. At least somebody like Eddie Reynoso or something like somebody. I'm pretty sure. I mean, Ryan trained with Eddie Reynoso. He didn't look bad. I think Andy looked good after training with Eddie Reynoso, but Andy, he took too much time off. 2 years too long for him. Man, he was breathing hard after that fight. See, a lot of people said he was out of shape against Joshua. I told people he was not out of shape against Joshua. He was out of shape this fight. This fight, he looked like he was gonna pass out at the end of the fight. Dude was literally like sucking in wind. He was like, couldn't even interview. I'm like, Andy, I never seen that guy out of shape like that. Like he was tired. He should have never left his trainer, man. He should have went to Manny Robles. If I was Pitbull, I'll try to work with Manny Robles, the guy that Andy Ruiz was working with against Anthony Joshua in the first fight. Needs to get with a guy like that. He's short. Manny Robles knows how those guys who's short and stocky can kind of fight in the inside. I think Pitbull inside game is too good for him to be on the outside the whole fight. Yeah, he did look extra small in that fight. I think all the interviewing and stuff, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think when Pitbull was doing all the interviews and stuff like Crawford was doing, I don't know if you heard Crawford say it. I didn't hear Pitbull say it because he speaks mostly Spanish. I didn't watch his interviews, but I heard Crawford say, "Man, I had some trouble making weight." I think Pitbull had the same thing. I think he had trouble making weight because he was doing a lot more interviews too. This is a big fight. A lot of those guys were doing a lot of interviews. Even Ryo was doing a lot of interviews. It was a lot of interviews being, guys trying to stay on weight during the week. You moving around. It's hot outside. You're drinking water here and there. You're going from this place to that place. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of promotion going on. So I think him, when he got to weight, he was probably a little bit overweight, and that kind of drained him for that next fight. He looked small. He looked small because Ryo's about the same height as Rolly. I want to say, and he didn't look that small against Rolly. And Rolly's a bigger guy. When y'all, hey, isn't Rolly bigger than Ryo as far as size? I think Rolly's bigger than Ryo. Yeah, Pitbull didn't look that small against I meant Rolly. And I said that in the Ryan Garcia fight. I was like, "Whoa, Ryan Garcia looks huge." I've been watching Ryan Garcia for years. Ryan Garcia looked huge, man, in that Devin Haney fight. Oh yeah, I haven't been wrong about stuff like that. I think he lost a lot of weight though against that for that Rolly, for that not Rolly, but Ryo fight. When you're doing all that moving around and promoting, they catch up to you. Yeah, Rolly bigger. Yeah, Rolly bigger. Do you think if Ruiz's hand did get messed up, he would have performed better? Honestly, no, because that jab from Miller was too much. Miller lost too much weight. Like everything Miller should have did against Dubois, he did in this fight. He lost 50 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, however much it was. Um, he was able to go 12 rounds. And to be honest with you, Miller was not tired at the end of 12 rounds. He wasn't breathing hard. He wasn't sweating hard. He was in very good shape at the end of that 12 rounds against Andy Ruiz. That was a 12-round fight. He was in very good shape. I was very impressed. Everything I asked him to do in the prediction to get the win, I think Ruiz. Everything I asked Miller to do was come in better shape and let that jab go. He let that jab go, and he was in good shape. Andy couldn't do anything about it. And with him not being able to throw that right hand, It was a right hand, right? Or the left hand. I don't know what hand it was. Couldn't really get nothing done without a jab. I was surprised too, 'cause Andy wasn't jabbing or anything like that, so but I think Miller with his jab was too much in that fight. It really was. I think it was. He got a powerful jab. He almost got Dubois out of there like that. Miller was just out of shape in that fight. Yeah, I was very impressed with his, jab. I think Rolly bigger than, Rayo, so I think it had more so to do with Pitbull trying to lose some weight at 40. It's hard to be a co-main event, a main event of a big fight like that, doing all those interviews, trying to make weight. You talking about if it was like that, it'd probably be a decision in that fight, if that goes. If that was to happen, it'll be a decision in that fight. Yeah, it definitely would. You said who I got tonight? Right now I got Ortiz. I got Ortiz. I think I'm rolling with Ortiz on a decision though. I don't think I'm gonna go with a knockout tonight. Um, I think he gonna possibly could get one, but I think I'm going with a decision. These guys familiar with them with each other, so I'm not gonna go with a knockout. I was gonna go with knockout, but I'm gonna go with decision. It's possible though, especially the way that Boyachet kind of got Virgil Ortiz upset, him and his father. So kind of want to lean toward a knockout, especially like late rounds. But I think I'm gonna go with a decision. It's a big fight for these guys. But Boyachet, he definitely can get stopped. But I don't like to say people can get knocked out just because they got knocked out. Not a huge fan of that. So try to keep it real. That kind of saved me last week with that Rayo fight. I can't stand when people say a guys don't got a chin because they got knocked out one time. Nah, but Pitbull, he needs to change up his strategy though. He has to fight better than what he did. He didn't use all his ability. Tried to fight one way, just didn't work. Rayo's not the type of guy who's just gonna get afraid of what you're doing. Yeah, Boyachet, he's a decent fighter. I think it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. Yeah, you're right. It was like a week, 2 weeks. Yeah, basically a week. But you know, one of those weeks you gotta lose weight. So yeah, it was a week. Yeah, you're right. Boyachet on Tim Zulu, you think? That's a hard question. I think Boyachet could be on a guy like Tim Tszyu level, probably like close to Tim Tszyu losing level, possibly. Very good boxer, smart. You know, you got the Ukrainian style, that Usyk, uh, Lomachenko type of background, Baranchik, you know, those type of fighters. You know, the Ukrainian style, very disciplined. You can test his chin, but you got to get him in a certain situation. Got to be physical with him. If Virgil Ortiz is kind of walking him down forward, toe to toe fight, definitely gonna work. If it's just like a jab fight, Bullshit gonna have a chance. But I'm gonna go with Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz gonna take the fight to him. He does. Virgil Ortiz is very underrated when it comes to like inside fighting. He can jab with you as well, but he gonna try to walk towards Bullshit most of the fight. But Bullshit, he moves around very well, so he's gonna try to get Ortiz to move around in the fight a little bit. Yeah, he does. He does. He does. Oh, he gonna get caught. He gonna get caught a couple of times. Yeah, he definitely gonna get caught a couple of times, but it's gonna be hard to knock him out tonight, though. I think Virgil Ortiz will win more rounds. But it's gonna be a close fight. This is his first fight at 54. This is not gonna be a blowout. It could be, but I don't think so. I think Virgil Ortiz hasn't had that many rounds too. But he's one of those guys, he gonna come in shape though. He gonna come in shape. He got enough sparring going around to where he'll be in shape. He definitely will be. It's gonna be a very good fight. I think this is gonna be one of the most underrated fights of the year. Could be a Tim Tszyu, Fundora type of fight, to be honest with you. Yeah, Tim Tszyu and Virgil Ortiz running back again. They still gonna try to make that fight happen next. Virgil Ortiz is gonna try to win his fight, and then Tim Tszyu is gonna try to win his fight. That's why the Earl Spence and Fundora fight got pushed back a little bit because they're gonna try to make all these fights come together, and all the guys who win they can end up fighting Terrence Crawford. Yep, whoever wins can end up fighting Terrence Crawford. So Virgil Ortiz and Tim Tszyu gonna fight for that. I got a video coming out about a lot of that stuff tomorrow. I'm gonna go live about it tomorrow after Virgil Ortiz wins. We'll talk about that in the morning. But yeah, I'm definitely that fight's gonna be next. Earl Spence still gonna fight Fundora, so that's gonna work. I think Earl Spence doesn't have a trainer. I don't know about his training situation right now. I'm not 100% sure about that, so I don't want to just put information out there. Yeah, Bud's gonna fight the winner of Fundora and Earl Spence. He gonna fight the winner of Earl Spence and Fundora. He was actually disappointed because he had his mind set on fighting Canelo, then retiring. But I guess he'll go for 154 undisputed. He kind of wasn't really thinking about it no more. But yeah, Bud gonna end up fighting Fundora next or Earl Spence, whoever wins that fight. And then the winner of that fight will end up fighting Tim Tszyu and Virgil Ortiz. But Virgil Ortiz and Tim Tszyu got some tough fights coming up, man. It's gonna be a tough fight tonight. Boy, he sparred Virgil Ortiz before. He feels like he can get the edge on him. Hey, if Earl Spence go out there and beat Fundora, might end up happening. It might end up happening. If Earl Spence goes out there and fight Fundora, it might end up happening. He end up beating him. He'll definitely earn it. Fundora gonna be a tough fight. I didn't want to see the rematch, to be honest with you. Not because I think Earl is terrible or anything like that. I just felt like it was just one of those fights that don't really need a rematch. I don't feel like a lot of fights don't need a rematch. Like too many rematches lately. To be honest with you, too many fighters around to be doing rematches. Way too many fights. I hope we don't get the rematch. But if Earl Spence win, I feel like he has. I'll talk about it later. I don't want to do the prediction now. But I have to see what his whole situation is going to be as far as his trainer or whatever. I wasn't a huge fan of the Derrick James guy. I mean, he was a trainer and everything else, but when he lost Anthony Joshua, um, who else he had? Yeah, Anthony Joshua, Spence, Ryan Garcia. He had a lot of people over there. But when he lost Anthony Joshua, I was kind of like, nah, I don't think he's gonna be training him that long. And then he said after Ryan Garcia and Frank Martin, he's not training any more fighters and stuff like that. So I don't know if the guy was his heart was in it anyways. So I think Spence needs another trainer automatically. I don't think that guy's a good trainer. I think a lot of these guys need to look at different trainers, but I stick with the same guy. I don't know why. Like Pitbull, man. I don't know if Pitbull should stick with his father at training, man. To be honest with you, like I just don't know. I like the way he was fighting earlier in his career, but right now it's kind of like almost worrying about the scoring too much thinking going on. But that's gonna make the difference in a lot of these guys' careers if they don't change their trainers. Like Tiafimo, we was talking about earlier, his trainer, his father. A lot of guys got switch trainers, man. Ryan Garcia switch trainers. Yeah, Shakur Stevens is still looking towards, Williams to pay the fight. Right now, he's gonna sign his next deal or his next fight is gonna be based on, who can get him the best fight. He doesn't really need to sign with anybody. He can just do his own mandatories and whatever. So the pressure is on everybody else because right now a lot of guys wanna have a fighter that can go against Tank Davis on their promotion team or try to negotiate that way. I know with Eddie Hearn, he has Andy Cruz right now. So a fight with a guy like Andy Cruz or Shakur Stevenson, either like now or after he fights Tank or whatever, that still could happen if he was to sign with him. Yeah, Eddie Hearn wants Shakur Stevenson, so yeah, he definitely does. Shakur Stevenson wants a reason to sign. You know, he has a lot of friends over there at Matchroom, a lot of guys he's familiar with. Um, I know he's seen Devin Haney go over there years ago, so oh yeah, absolutely. It was crazy. It was wild. It was definitely wild. I kinda got past after I seen him, sitting with, Cristiano Ronaldo in those other fights in Saudi. That's when I was like, "Man, oh, the glazing getting out of hand." Yeah, it was getting out of control last week. Absolutely. I know what you mean. It was a good fight card, though. I liked it, man. I actually was impressed. That was some of the best prelims I ever seen. Those guys came out fighting. That's one thing I will say about these fight cards on, Turkey Alley Sheik cards. These guys come out and fight, man. Like the prelims fights, those some of the best fights I see on the card. Yeah, it is. It is. All the promoters and everything. And I'm like, "Come on, man. Y'all could have been put these fights together." But yeah, these the fight we wanna see more fights though, so I'm not really I was, like, kind of skeptical about it, but to be honest with you, you know, all these promoters do the same thing that, Turkey Alley Sheik does. They do the same thing, but they do worse things. They don't really give us fights we ask for. I think that's the worst part about it all. That's the worst part about it all. I think for me, when Turkey Alley Sheik started off with the Ngannou and Fury fight, I was like, "Oh my god, bro." That's when I was saying, you know, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, "Is this real boxing that's finna happen, or we're gonna do MMA fights?" So I was kinda confused. Uh, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bro, when I look at all these guys with them suits on, I think they all do that stuff. I be feeling the same way about those guys, especially the way they be oh, man, especially the way they be putting these fights together. I'm like, I think it's a good fight card that's, coming up, though. It's gonna save a lot of things. I don't know, people were saying he was saving boxing early this year, though. That's the crazy part. I'm trying to find out if the same guys who don't like what he's doing now were saying that, he was saving boxing. Because when they say he was saving boxing, I'm like, "Why does he need to save boxing? Like, why don't y'all just fight each other?" "Oh, it's about the money and everything else." I'm like, "Okay." So I don't know what everybody was saying when they said that Turkey All Sheep was saving boxing last year, 'cause they said that last year, that he was saving boxing. So in my mind, I'm like, "How is Turkey All Sheep saving boxing if" but then this year, they're like, "Nah, we don't like what he's doing." So I don't even know what him saving boxing last year even meant. I don't know what they meant about that. Like, was he getting the guys to fight each other, or was it the money, or I don't know. I think people starting to wake up a year late. I think that's what it really is. Yeah, I was already skeptical about that when he did the, Ngannou and Fury card. That's when everybody should have lost their mind then, but I don't know, man. I'm confused, man. I really am, bro. I feel like at this point right now, it's obvious that certain boxers get passes. It's so obvious. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, he was hilarious. Hilarious. When you seen when he seen that when he was talking to Caleb Plant? When Caleb Plant said the Berlanga, he said, "Caleb, I get Berlanga for you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I get him for you." Yeah, Canelo been funny. Yeah, his English is funny. Yeah, Pitbull, he need to learn some English too, man. That would've helped out. Just a little bit. He ain't gotta, poquito. That definitely would've hurt out. That was funny, man. Yeah, his accent is hilarious. Oh, it's funny, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He been getting better at doing press conferences, man. I'm not gonna lie. Canelo's been pretty funny in his press conference. Last year he did the Oscar thing. Cuss the Oscar out in Spanish, and then this year he's talking English to Berlanga. Yeah, it's funny. To be honest with you, man, Imma be honest. If Canelo would've just fought Benavidez and Crawford, win or lose, it don't matter, win or lose. If he would've fought Benavidez and Crawford already, man, Canelo would've been one of the greatest of this era, man. I don't think he understands that though. People don't really care if he loses or not. I mean, he already lost to Bivol. Who cares, man? If we cared about him losing, we would've stopped watching him after the Bivol fight. So I don't understand when people like, I don't know, man. After the Bivol fight, I thought that was a little too much at 175. I thought Canelo trying to go to cruiserweight was a little too much. You know what I'm saying? But him fighting Benavidez and Crawford, it wouldn't have hurt anything if he would have lost. To be honest, I think he's starting to overthink it too much now, and that's gonna hurt him in the long run. I don't think that Triple G win was gonna last because Triple G, his resume is it's all right. Yeah, nobody cares, man. Like what? Bro, nobody cares. I don't know if he understands that. We just want to see you fight, man. Nobody cares. You're not gonna be 33 years old again. Next year, Canelo might not even be the same fighter. He might not be the same fighter in this Berlanga fight. Maybe Munguia just was a level below, and maybe Berlanga just gonna catch Canelo at the right time where he looks better. Because it's gonna be a fight where Canelo slows down. So, but I don't want to see him fight Crawford and then both of those guys are slowed down and everything else, or Benavidez. But it's kind of too late right now. He's kind of waiting too late. Yeah, I'm trying to help his career out, man. To be honest with you, because in 10 years, people gonna say, "Who was that Cullum Smith guy that Canelo fought?" I'm gonna have to explain that. I'm gonna have to explain Billy Joe Saunders. I'm gonna have to explain why Triple G losing all the fights to Canelo is on paper. People say it was a close fight, but bro, I don't even give. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't say that stuff when they say the Triple G fight was close. Man, I've seen dudes get 2 or 3 knockdowns in a fight, and people say the guy lost. So Triple G ain't getting no knockdowns in a fight. I'm not finna fight tooth and nail for this guy, and he couldn't knock out a 54 pounder. Nah, you supposed to be that guy, and you was at that same weight class your whole career. No, sir. Nah, he ain't gonna fight Bivol. Nah, he ain't gonna fight Bivol. Bivol said he would have came to 168 after Canelo turned that down. I knew what time it was. That's when you supposed to fight Bivol. Then you could have trained Bivol. Bivol was gonna fight at 168. I would have said, no. I would have fought Bivol right after Zerto Ramirez, but they don't want to fight him, man. And I think Bivol said recently that he thinks that Crawford can beat Canelo. I got to report that. I think Bivol said recently that Crawford has enough skill to beat Canelo. Yeah, Crawford has a higher IQ than Canelo. Yeah. Yeah, he said Crawford has a higher IQ than Canelo. That's what I'm saying, man. 168, Canelo destroyed 168. Oh, Canelo destroyed 168. 168 is done. You'll never get that again. It took years to build up 168. Now it's done. Morrell's gone. Benavidez is gone. Uh, there's a couple other guys that moved up to 75. Yeah, that division is it's done. It's done. I know Bitterbill said he wouldn't even fight Canelo. They asked him about Canelo. He was like, no, 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 no. He said, I don't even watch that guy fight. He said he saw Benavidez fight a little bit. He said, I mean, if Benavidez want to fight at 75, he can come up and fight. I'm not gonna turn it down. But I'm not looking for Benavidez. But if he wants to fight me, then yeah, I will fight him. But Benavidez said Canelo can touch him. Especially after he seen what he did with Bivol. Like, nah, I'm put him in a ring with me. And I agree. That's why Canelo said I'll just go to cruiserweight. Canelo didn't say I'll fight Bitterbill. He said I'll go to cruiserweight and fight this guy. But then you're telling other guys they can't go to cruiserweight. Like they can't move up 15 pounds or 20 pounds. Like, bro, who are you? This dude think he the god of boxing, bro. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. He can. I was actually thinking about that. Now I don't know why. I feel like that could be the next fight, but I don't know. Yard don't have a fight right now. Benavidez needs an opponent at 75. Um, technically, Benavidez is supposed to be fighting the winner of Bivol and Benavidez, not Bivol and Bivol and Beterbiev, supposed to fight them next, but the fight got pushed back. If they would have fought in June like they were supposed to, Benavidez was gonna fight them in December. The winner of that fight, but it's not happening now. They're gonna give Benavidez another challenge. They don't want Benavidez to fight Bivol or Beterbiev. They don't. They want him to lose before he fights those guys. Let's just say, let's just say Bivol lose to Beterbiev and then Benavidez fights Bivol. It doesn't matter. He still beat the guy who beat Canelo. So I mean, Canelo should have went ahead and just fought Benavidez. Either way, he's still gonna end up fighting Bivol. He's gonna get credit either way. So Canelo should have went ahead and just made that fight, but he'll see very soon, man. It's gonna come back to come back to bite him for real. To be honest with you, it really is. Him not rematching Bivol, like, he should have left Bivol alone because now Benavidez is gonna get credit for something that you should have did. So if I was Canelo, I would hope that Bivol loses the Beterbiev, so Benavidez can just fight Beterbiev instead of Bivol. Because if Bivol wins, it's gonna be bad news for Canelo. It really is. And then Benavidez goes out there and becomes undisputed at 175. That's gonna be tough. So the business of boxing, man. Like, let's be honest. So if Benavidez becomes undisputed at 175, that will ruin Canelo's legacy a little bit. It will. Because then he beats the guy that beat the guy that beat the guy. And he doesn't know that. Well, he kind of knows it, but yeah, I like Yar. I like Yar. I thought he was gonna show up in the Kovalev fight, and Bitter Bill fight, but Yard don't live like a fighter though, man. He already said it. Well, he didn't say it, but he kinda, like, insinuated, like, he don't live like a fighter. He kinda I won't say he parties or nothing, but he's kinda, like, okay with where he's at right now. You know, some of these guys, they just wanna be the best. Some of these guys, they are where they at. Not saying that he's okay and he's not gonna try to fight, tough fights, but just as far as, like, jumping weight classes and doing the extreme stuff, it's not easy to jump weight class. It's the reason why Triple G stayed at the same weight class all these years. It's a reason why. And let me put some stats up for you guys since y'all in here. Look, people talking about Canelo's gonna, chase, Crawford around the ring, cut the ring off and maul him and knock him out. Canelo ain't had a knockout since 2021. Like, these guys keep acting like these people are Deontay Wilder or something. Like, these dudes ain't knocking out nobody. 2021? Do people know how long that is to go without a knockout? What if I was to say Crawford ain't had a knockout since 2021 and I want him to fight Canelo? People will say, "Man, he ain't had a knockout in 3 years. Why does he deserve to fight against Canelo?" And this is what Badu Jack had to say about Canelo. I'll put this up first. Badu Jack says Canelo fight not happening. They wanted 180-pound catch weight. Not the guy who talking about Crawford don't need to move up 14 pounds to fight Canelo. That's too much weight. Not him. He's trying to fight a cruiserweight at 180. Oh, I won't be fighting Canelo next. Badu Jack said. They said the weight difference is too much. They wanted to drain the old man and fight me 20 pounds under. Dude, the old man trying to weight train him. Tell you, man, Canelo, and then Canelo has been talking about people. The same Canelo. Canelo, I'm telling you, bro, he said stuff Floyd doesn't even say. It's the same Canelo that said about Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret real quick. Do y'all know that I was on here defending Ryan Garcia, saying that he was trying to take tough fights last year when these other YouTubers was laughing and focusing on Devin Haney and Lomachenko? I was saying that Ryan Garcia gonna take some tough fights, some more tough fight after he got dropped by Tank. Canelo comes out this before he fought Tank though. Canelo came out and said he's ungrateful, he accomplished nothing, owes Eddie Reynoso money, and won't beat Tank. This the guy that everybody respect though. I was on here last year saying good things about Ryan Garcia. I won't be saying them this year, but I said them last year, and nobody sat up here and said, "Man, you're right, man. Ryan Garcia is still a good boxer." They let Canelo say all this about Ryan Garcia. Then nobody say Canelo's a hater. He's jealous. Ryan Garcia sold more pay-per-views than him. That's why he's saying that. I didn't hear none of that stuff. But now all of a sudden, when it comes to Crawford, oh yeah, Canelo said this about him and this. Come on, man, stop it. Stop it. And Triple G, this the best guy. Hey, this the best guy that Canelo fought right here. Well, I'll take that back. This is the best guy that Canelo beats. Am I wrong yet? Oh yeah, I know. But this is after Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia had just left Eddie Reynoso before that fight though. That's why Canelo was saying all that. Canelo knew what time it was. He knew what time it was. Shoot, Tank one of my favorite fighters too. Shoot, I've been watching Tank before all these guys. But one thing I know about Tank is I knew Pitbull was gonna get beat up by somebody else. Just because I'm a big fan of Tank, but that's what's weird about these dudes walking around these days. Like, I'll be a fan of Tank, right? And I'll say, "Man, I don't think Pitbull I think Pitbull can get beat by, like, a guy like Ryo." And they'll be like, "Man, that's impossible because, he had a close fight with Tank." Man, I don't care. Who cares that Pitbull had a close fight with Tank? What does that have to do with him fighting Ryo? That's the same thing they started to do with Canelo. And these aren't the same fans either. They're just adopting their ways. But fans will say, "Well, Pitbull went 12 rounds with Tank, so he's supposed to beat Ryo, and he gonna knock him out, and he did that against Rolly." Bro, Rolly and Pitbull knocked out Rolly. That means Rolly wasn't that good, okay? If he went 12 rounds with Ryo, that means Pitbull ain't what everybody said he was. But these fans will turn right around and say, "Well, I think Canelo." I don't care. You was wrong about Pitbull, you was wrong about Rolly, all these guys. Like, fans don't even wanna admit that. I mean, we all get fights wrong, but it's when you strong and wrong. When you wanna be wrong and you still wrong, and you wanna blame everybody else. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The same way that everybody treat Triple G is the same way everybody treat Pitbull. You know why they treat Pitbull and Triple G like that? Because that was Tank Davis' toughest fight, and that was Canelo's fight. You ain't never heard me say, "Man, Maidana one of the best fighters I ever seen in my life," because he fought Floyd harder in that first fight. Did you see how hard he fought Floyd? You see what he did to Bronner? He's one of the best fighters I ever seen in my life, and I don't do that, and I'm a big, Floyd Mayweather fan, but I don't do none of that trying to justify somebody how good somebody is. I mean, turn the video on. You know what time it is. Maidana had almost 100% KO rate. Why do I need to explain that? But a lot of people do that though. They try to explain certain things to you like, "Oh, this fighter gotta be good because this and this." Nah, it's getting exposed though. I want people to keep thinking like that because everybody who don't think like that, we gonna win at the end. That's why you got a lot of people running around talking about Boots right now. Terrence Crawford, if he would have had the same resume as Boots, he would have never got an Earl Spence fight. If Crawford had the same resume as Boots, he would have never got a Boots in his fight. He'll never get a Canelo fight. Sean Porter, nothing. Y'all remember when Terrence Crawford beat Sean Porter? What everybody said? "Oh man, Sean Porter just quit." The same Sean Porter who never been stopped before. We had fans who think they're real boxing fans. They said Sean Porter quit, and Sean Porter never been stopped before. This dude never been stopped before, and they talking about he quit. The worst excuses I ever heard in my life. Y'all just threw Sean Porter under the bus to try to make Terrence Crawford look bad. Yeah, man, he quit in that fight against Terrence Crawford. He was winning. Okay, most of the people are winning in Canelo them fights. I didn't see nobody saying, "Well, Caleb Plant was winning against Canelo." Bro, these dudes, man, I'm telling you, I don't talk like that, man. And I'm a fan of all these guys, but nah, I would have lost my house last week trying to bet on Pitbull like these guys did. Guaranteed KO. Just seen Cabrera go 12 rounds with Pitbull last year. I think it was 10 rounds. It was a co-main event. I think it was 10 rounds. Just seen Pitbull go 10 rounds last year, but they like, "Nah, he knocked out Rolling." All right, man, keep going with that theory then. I thought knockouts don't matter, man. I thought guys who just get knockouts can't box. Now I'm starting to realize that only certain guys with knockouts matter though. Like Canelo, even though Canelo ain't had no knockouts. Ain't wanted all the smoke. Sean Porter fought everybody. Shoot, Sean Porter the reason why PVC has so many good fights on there. He fought Keith Thurman, he fought Adrian Bronner, fought Ugas, fought Danny Garcia, fought Crawford, fought Spence. I mean, what else you want from a boxer? Dude fought I ain't never had to sit up here and say, "Man, Sean," and then guess what? They said Sean Porter was ducking Terrence Crawford. After all them fights Sean Porter did, they still say he was ducking Terrence Crawford. Now you look at Sean Porter's resume, and you look at a guy like Pitbull. I sit up here and say, "Hey man, Pitbull's ducking Shakur Stevenson." Oh man, how you ducking Shakur Stevenson? He fought Tank. Okay, but Sean Porter's fought he fought Earl Spence, but y'all said he was ducking Terrence Crawford though. It's the same thing. Yeah, so they definitely losing a lot of fans with these theories they throwing out there. Yeah, man, I try to stick with a lot of boxing guys out here. I don't really need a YouTuber to agree with everything I say. I support some guys who just talk about Spence all day. I mean, they have you gotta, a lot of these guys they tell truths. Everybody has their kind of bias, so everybody has a favorite fighter and stuff like that. So that happens. But when you start getting extreme and just making a video about it every day, that's when it's like, hold on, come on now. Y'all will never see me do nothing like that. Trust me. There's too many fights going on anyway. McCrumbles. Hey, I thought that was his real name. McCrumbles. Yeah, I think Caleb Fleck gonna knock that guy out. Now he's decent. I mean, I seen him fight on Pro Box one time. He's decent. He's alright, but he's like a low grade Billy Joe Saunders and stuff like that. You know. He's a decent fighter. He got fundamentals and stuff like that, but he's kinda like that C level Billy Joe Saunders. But he's definitely been in some tough fights though. Yeah, Caleb Plant, he's trying to fight Charlo, man. Trying to fight Charlo. Um, he's looking at a Canelo rematch, believe it or not. Claggett level. Claggett kind of decent, man. I ain't gonna lie. I had kind of warned everybody about Claggett. I got a lot of flack for saying Claggett was gonna go 12 rounds with Teofimo, bro. A lot of people. There was one person gave me credit for saying it, but no, I thought Claggett was good. Though. If you look at Claggett's resume, though, to be honest, he fought a lot of guys like early in his career when he wasn't supposed to. So that's why he had so many losses. But Claggett's decent. Yeah, I did. I did too, like early on, but I was like, this Claggett guy is decent, man. He really is. Even the guy that Claggett beats, what's his name? Miguel Mariano. Didn't he fight on the he fought on the Keyshawn Davis? No, the Shakur Stevenson card. The guy that Keyshawn Davis fought, that's who Claggett beat. And that's a decent fighter. Mariano, he's pretty good. Yeah, he don't got no jab, man. Teofimo ain't got no jab no more. He done without that jab. I told everybody. They think it's the right hand and the size and everything. He ain't got no jab, man. He can't set up nothing no more. He don't have any confidence. He's scared to jab, bro. This dude's a fighter. He's a boxer, and he's scared to jab. And I try to tell people, like, I don't know, like, I want to do fight breakdowns, like, on this channel, but overall, it seems like a waste of time. But there's a lot of people who do like things like that. But like I said, Teofimo, he's scared to throw a jab, man. It's like his career is almost over. When you're a boxer and you kind of rely on your jab to throw your power punches, and you don't throw a jab at all no more after you've been doing it your whole career, and then you have the same trainer, might be over for you, man. To be honest with you, and the division's getting harder, and you're trying to move up, and you don't like to lose weight. Nah, because Teofimo's a small guy. Like he's not really a big guy. He's usually small. Like the people he fights is usually around the same size as him. Even Kambosos is a smaller guy, but he wasn't like a lot bigger than Kambosos. They were like close to the same size, even though Kambosos kind of have a skinny frame. Yeah, that jab ain't there, man. People don't know how important that jab is. Even Pitbull had a touch jab. He don't throw that. Pitbull don't throw his touch jab no more. He don't throw it. I think he basically went with what he did in Rolly fight and thought that was gonna get him by. But he don't throw the touch jab no more. He don't even throw his set up his right hand. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna give y'all a hint too. Nobody said this. I said this in my fight breakdown before the fight. Um, Pitbull had a left hook that he was landing on Rayo like 3 or 4 times. He almost knocked Rayo out. The dude only threw it. He only landed it like twice and didn't throw it no more. That's when I knew. I said Pitbull ain't got it, man. This dude could have knocked out Rayo with a left hook. He landed it like twice early in the fight. Then after that, he didn't throw it no more. That was his knockout punch. He could have got Rayo with the whole fight. It was a clean left hook too. It was smooth, had a lot of power in it. He just got scared to throw it. I was surprised about that, but that's Pitbull for you. But he gotta get a new trainer though. A lot of these guys do. They at that age now where if they don't break these bad habits, they're gonna be the same fighter. And then they're starting to get bad habits and add them on to their they're starting to add these bad habits onto their basically what everything, man. You know, overall. Like they're not that good anymore without a jab. And people don't notice that. Even Canelo, he was throwing a jab against Munguia. Canelo never throws a jab. That man was jabbing Munguia a lot throughout the fight. I don't think a lot of people seen it, but Canelo's throwing some good jabs against Munguia. Very good jabs. I was very proud of Canelo to actually pull out the jab and go to work. That's something that a lot of people didn't notice his last fight. Yeah, he was jabbing very well. He doesn't do that much too. But yeah, Canelo, man, he doesn't know it, man. He's a big name right now. Like he's the guy. Like if he doesn't fight anybody right now, who's gonna fight? I tried to get Charlo to fight Tim Tszyu last year. Everybody said that wasn't a big fight. I wanted Charlo to fight Crawford. They thought Crawford was too small for 154. It's like Turkey out of Sheik got to step in at some point. I mean, if he doesn't, Jake Paul gonna be the biggest fighter. I'm glad that Mike Tyson didn't go to fight against Jake Paul in the summertime because nobody would have made money. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these fans out here, they definitely was waiting on Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. A lot of fans. A lot of fans this weekend thought that last weekend, they thought Tim Tszyu and Ortiz fight was still gonna happen. So once they see these fights announced, a lot of people don't really pay attention to stuff no more. They kind of just wait on the fight to happen. I'm telling people, man, those pay-per-view numbers aren't what people think. It's only one person getting a deal from Netflix right now, and it's not Jake Paul, it's not Canelo, it's not Tank, it's Mike Tyson. Just sad, man. It is what it is. But one thing about Mike Tyson is everybody knows this. Since the 90s, Mike Tyson always takes a hard fight. That's what people don't understand. I'm trying to help Canelo, and that's the reputation that Ryan Garcia understands a lot more than Canelo does, which is sad. But Ryan Garcia understands, oh, okay, if I fight Tank and I fight Devin Haney and I fight Pitbull and I fight this guy, the fans gonna understand that every time I fight, it's a big fight. But when you're fighting John Ryder, then Billy Joe Saunders, then you fight Caleb Plant and Bivol, it's kind of like, man, what are you doing? Oh yeah, they still gonna do the fight. It's gonna be in November. It's gonna be in November. They just didn't want to step on any toes. That's why Tank Davis and Matias fought on the same day because they didn't want to have Tank Davis or Matias fighting the same month as Mike Tyson. That's why I was looking at it. I was like, why is Tank Davis and Matias fighting on the same day? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but a lot of people it was a lot of people announcing that Mike Tyson fight. It was church channels, channels talking about basketball, celebrity channels, gamer channels. Everybody was talking about Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Canelo needs to fight like that, not Jake Paul, but he needs a big name. He needs a big name. He doesn't need to jump in the ring with guys that a lot of fans don't really know about. And that's what's starting to happen. A lot of fans don't really know these guys. Like Lar, he just had a big win. Nobody cared. Austin Trout, he still has a good resume. Still can fight right now. But they got him in bare knuckle boxing. He has a good resume. Austin Trout fought everybody. Caleb Plant's still out there. Triple G, he's retired. So it's like the guys that Canelo said that we asked him to fight, all these guys on this picture right here, man, I didn't want to see these fights. You know what I'm saying? Not saying they're bad fights. It's just I didn't personally request because all these guys are mostly outside of 154 where Canelo was at that time. The Floyd fight, it was early. I knew about Canelo, but didn't think he was ready. Austin Trout, I mean, that was a decent fight. The Laura fight, it was a good fight, but it was not requested. Triple G, I definitely didn't want to see that fight. I didn't. I knew they was gonna make that fight. As soon as they did that Amir Khan and Kell Brook fight, I said they're gonna let these guys fight welterweights, and then they're gonna fight next. This is crazy. They have Charlo, Andre, all these guys hanging around. They had Jared Hurd, all kind of people hanging around. The middleweight was a deep division. Just slowed down after that. And we're starting to see now. Yeah, I still watch Canelo fights, but it's not that same kind of feeling you get. You know what I'm saying? That I think after those, the first Triple G fight was good. The second one was decent, but it was just I kind of seen the writing on the wall. As soon as Canelo seeing that fans was they were accepting any kind of fight from him. Oh, I'll fight. When the John Ryder fight happened and he didn't get any complaints, that's when he said I can do whatever I want. Just being honest. That's what Canelo finally said. I can do whatever I want. I can fight John Ryder. I can fight Caleb Plant, Billy Joe. They don't care. None of these fans are even asking for these fights, and they're just okay with it. I'm definitely gonna fight these guys. And now you see that most of the guys Canelo fights, they're either retired, they're not really in boxing, or they're stuck on undercard somewhere. And these are the fights he said we asked for. Nah, I didn't ask for these. He could fight. He could fight better people than these guys. He definitely can. That's why he went back and fought Charlo. He could have fought both Charlos instead of these fights. I would have been okay with that. And the way the Charlo fight was easy, it's like it was an easy fight. Like he should have did that fight a long time ago. It was an easy fight. It wasn't a hard fight for him. That could have been something that already could have been done. But it's starting to fall apart now. But I definitely think that Canelo has let Tank Davis replace him as far as the excitement that fans want from the fighter. There's not too much excitement after fights in Canelo fights anymore. I noticed, especially the way that when I seen, to be honest with you, when the fans started saying that Ryan didn't take PEDs, I said, "Wow, we didn't do this for Canelo." The fact that fans did not take up for Canelo when he failed for PEDs, that's all I need to know. They don't like Canelo like they like these other guys. And Canelo, they tell me, "Oh, Canelo's been fighting all these guys." Nobody defended Canelo when he was on PEDs. Nobody. They didn't say Canelo got cheated. Let's wait on the B sample. They've been waiting on a lot of other boxing B samples, but never with Canelo. They didn't. I'm just telling you. Like, I don't know if Canelo really has diehard fans like that that really support him. I think it's just they just want to go against certain guys, but they're not really fans of Canelo like that. That PED situation definitely showed me a lot, and I was around when that happened. Not my channel, but I was definitely watching boxing when that situation happened. Definitely been watching boxing. And Triple G is still mad about that situation. He doesn't know if Canelo was clean in that fight or not, in that first fight. And guess what? I heard I heard a I wasn't supposed to say this, but Imma say this. I heard a big YouTuber on here. It's a guy y'all know. It's a big YouTuber. I want y'all to it's on his old videos. And this guy said this about Ryan Garcia recently. So y'all'll definitely know who it is. I heard a big YouTuber say that Canelo didn't fail the drug. He said this back then when Canelo failed the drug test. He said Canelo didn't fail the drug test because he passed the hair sample. And people say this guy is saving boxing. Oh, he helps boxing. He's unbiased. He said Canelo passed the hair sample, so he didn't fail the test, drug test. That's hilarious, bro. Nah, brother. Nah. Uh-uh. Nah. Showbiz said that. Showbiz the adult. He said that Canelo did not fail the drug test. Triple G is over just blaming him, and that the hair sample that came back proved that Canelo did not fail the drug test. I'm like, bro, what? I said, didn't he just say this about Ryan Garcia? I said, so bro said the same thing about Ryan Garcia he said when Canelo failed the drug test. This dude said a hair sample. Yeah. Yeah, he literally said that. I don't got no problem with him. I'm just saying it was like I'm like, what is he talking about? I don't even know if Canelo had a hair sample back then, so I don't know what I never heard ESPN report that. Oh, yeah, he really did repeat that. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I do too. I mean, big channels is cool. I watch a lot of big channels. I watch a lot of big channels. I like small channels because, you know, a lot of guys don't try to, sway their opinion a different way. I'm still trying to learn boxing too, so I can't hear narratives. I don't really learn from just biased narratives and stuff like that. I can't learn boxing like that. I'm still learning, you know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out here that's definitely not putting out the right information. I will say that, especially for boxing. Definitely. I can't throw everybody under the bus for one guy. That's kind of my rule. Like, if I have a boxer like Canelo or Tank, I like those guys. They got a tough job in boxing, but I'm not finna throw 10 boxers under the bus saying that all 10 of these guys is ducking. Like, let's be honest. Like, there's not a lot of guys out here that's gonna turn down $1 million to fight a guy like Tank or Canelo. Like, for people to walk around and actually think that people are turning down millions of dollars to fight Canelo or something like that, like, let's be honest. That's why the ducking word is kinda it's not realistic. Nobody in America turned down no millions of dollars to fight anybody for 30 minutes. And you really can just last 5 seconds. You can get knocked down the first 5 seconds, so and then they'll say, "Yeah, these guys out here, they don't wanna fight for millions of dollars." What? It's nah. There's guys out here fighting for $5,000. To turn down $5 million? No, I never heard nobody say it. That's why I'm looking at Canelo crazy. He turned down $100 million. This dude turned down $100 million. I don't know if people understand how much $100 million is. This is not Monopoly. This is real money. This dude turned down $100 million. 110 actually. I know I can't turn down $110 million. Yeah, they also have a plan though. Tank got a plan. Tank has more of a plan than Canelo does. So, like Tank said, I already have a fight deal. Shakur Stevenson's in it, so he explained a lot of that. But Canelo, he's a little too old for all that now. Like, let's get the ball rolling. But I always say though, man, Floyd Mayweather should have never fought Canelo. This if he would have never fought Canelo, none of this stuff would be going on right now. That's why I don't like these guys that's the face of boxing just handing out opportunities to guys who's unproven. They fighting guys like when Tank fought Rolly, and I'm a fan of Rolly. I've always been a fan of Rolly. But if Rolly wasn't ready to fight no Tank, like why give him an opportunity? You lowering your standards. I feel like Tank fighting Rolly was lowering his standards for a guy who can't really be in the ring with him like that. And I don't know if people understand that. Oh yeah, Loma definitely trolling everybody. You know what Loma doing right now? Loma knows that he don't have to fight these guys like right now. He knows that. He knows as much as everybody say, oh, he's ducking and everything else. Loma knows that people not gonna give him a hard time. They're not gonna bother him. He knows that he can just wait and let Shakur Stevenson and Tank fight each other instead of fighting both of them. And that's what that's what Loma's gonna do. Knows that right now Tank needs either him or Shakur at 135 and Baranchik. So he knows that him and Baranchik are at top rank. So why would you fight Tank right now when you know, okay, I could just have him fight Shakur Stevenson. If I wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson, I would have fought him over here. So let me just let him fight Shakur Stevenson. Then whoever wins that, I'll just have to fight one guy instead of two guys. So that's how Loma looking at it. And top rank as well. They're not trying to have I think they'll try to let those two guys fight Baranchik and Loma before they let those other two guys fight. Or they try and do in-house fights. I think Abdullah Mason or Keyshawn Davis would be closer to a Lomachenko fight at this time than those other guys would, from what I seen from top rank. Yeah, he got robbed in that fight. Jackson Martinez did. Yeah, I thought he did. I agree, Blank Man. Blank Man, I definitely agree with that. I thought Jackson Martinez got fight. I mean robbed. And that was before the Tank Davis fight. That was right before Tank Davis fight because I think Frank Martin fought Jackson Martinez right after that. Yeah, that was before the Tank Davis fight. Because Pitbull, he was a late replacement for Rolly. And I told everybody, I said it's gonna be a tougher fight than that Rolly fight. They gave me all kind of trouble for taking Pitbull, not taking him, but saying he can go 12 rounds. Yeah, he did. Barroso finna fight soon too. Yeah, Tony Weeks is. I don't like Tony Weeks no more after that, bro. Then you remember the Virgil Ortiz fight he stopped early this year in the first round? Everybody said, yeah, man, Virgil Ortiz needs some rounds. And Tony Weeks just jumped in and just stopped the fight. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Even Virgil Ortiz was like, bro, what are these guys doing? Why they just stop the fight? Oh, he did? He called him Chihuahua. Yeah, that's funny. That's definitely funny. Yeah, I knew Pitbull was gonna get him in that fight. But Rolly, man, he gets too heavy, man. The way he eats, he could have stayed at 35 a little bit longer, man. The way he eats is crazy. He blows up a lot in between fights. He definitely blows up in between fights. Pitbull, I think he used to, but not really. Not no more. That was like early on. Yeah, Tony Weeks be robbing all kind of boxers out here, man. That dude right there, man, he's the worst referee right now. Not even close. Yeah, I know. You be saying that too? In interviews? I seen that recently. I was like, I said, "He does that all the time." Yeah, he be watching his back all the time. It's funny. I noticed that recently. Oh, yeah. Hey, Blank Man. Hey, Imma be honest with you, Blank Man. I've been wanting to say that for a while, but I'm still like, I'm still pro Tank Davis, but I'm almost at that point, you know what I'm saying? It's getting there, bro. I still got Tank number 1 right now, but hey, it's getting close with Abdullah Mason, man. Cause the scary part is Abdullah Mason is getting a lot of muscle now. I think he's only like I don't know how old he is. I think he's like 20, 21. Shakur Stevenson, he ain't start getting muscle till like 24, 25. Abdullah Mason, he getting a little stronger right now. Yeah, he's 20 years old. So I think in 2 years, bro, everybody's gonna start retiring, man, or getting out the way at 135. 135 is gonna be. I know a lot of people say, well, Andy Cruz, he'll beat Keyshawn Davis. I didn't hear people bragging about Andy Cruz after this weekend, but because like I was telling them, it's pros is different from amateurs. But Abdullah Mason is a problem, man. I still got Tank, but I say 1 or 2 more years, Abdullah Mason gonna be a problem, man. I'm talking about for a lot of even guys at 140. Bro, he's like that. He's a problem. Very good boxer. Don't try to go for the knockout. Fundamentals, speed, power. Very intelligent. Yeah, I think Top Rank gonna do a good job with Abdullah Mason. He gonna replace Shakur Stevenson. He's replacing him right now. They're gonna have him fight. Actually, he fight next week. I forgot what card that is. I'm supposed to do a fight right now for it. But Abdullah Mason fight next week, man. He fights Mike Ohan Jr. Mike Ohan Jr. 8 round fight. He has he's 19-2, been knocked out 1 time. It's the guy that Tiger Johnson fought recently at 140. Fight gonna be at what, lightweight? Yeah, so he fights next week against a guy named Mike Ohan. It's a nice fight. This guy's decent. Gotta see what he looks like in the ring. Yeah, on that Billy card. Yeah, he gonna be on that card. They got a couple of fighters on that card too. Let me go ahead and look. Yeah, they got Iglesias on that card. At Beck, he fighting at Becco. You already know about that though. Well, no, that was somebody else I think that said. No, that was you that said that. They got Jahi Tucker on that card. He's gonna be fighting Santiago Fernandez. That's gonna be a good fight. Oh yeah, fight. Yeah, we was talking about that other day, man. Yeah, we was talking about that card on the last live. Yeah, we talked about that card on the last live. Yeah, those are gonna be some good fights. I wonder would they make Mahmoud fight somebody like Jared Anderson. I ain't thinking about that till just now. Oh, he did? Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that fight too. Yeah, I haven't seen his guy fight. Oh, probably the reason why all his fights is first round knockouts. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check this guy out. Yeah, and Glacier look like a problem. I like Rohan Polanco too. He look like he'll be. Yeah, Top Rank got some guys over there right now, man. I don't know about these other companies right now. I know they're getting the big name guys, but Top Rank putting together a lot of young fighters. That's one thing I have noticed. They're starting to replace a lot of people. I know Shakur Stevens is leaving, and but Top Rank has about 4 or 5 guys to replace Shakur Stevenson. You think so? Might have a chance, man. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, Dog can definitely get beat. I had picked Cavill to beat him. I picked Cavill to beat him and what's the other guy named Frank Sanchez. Cavill made he fought so good against Mamudov. I thought that Mamudov wasn't that good no more. But he's still good though. It's gonna be a tough fight, man. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm definitely I agree with you on that. It's gonna be a tough couple of months though in boxing, man. Like right now, they're starting to put together a lot of fights. What people don't know is this money that's being handed out, it's not gonna be handed out alone. It's not gonna be going on forever. They're gonna make these big fights for a couple of months, probably a year, year and a half. But after that, they're gonna shut it down. I think a lot of people think that Turkey Al is just gonna be doing these fights for the next 30, 40 years, but nah, that's not the case. So it might be over before people know it anyways, to be honest with you. That'll be a whole nother lie, but this these fights with Turkey Al they'll be over before you know it. So they won't have to worry about him being around too long. The people who don't like him like that. That's what I realized. I said, he's not gonna be around that long anyway. Not saying that they're gonna get rid of him. He's just not gonna be around. He's not gonna stick around like long term. Just wants to put together the best fights he can right now, then he's gonna leave. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No, it wasn't about Canelo. That was always his plans. He was actually we're supposed to actually be having because if you look at the schedule, he put all the big fights together early, like the Usyk Fury, um, Beterbiev and Bivol. He's not doing those fights early. He's not trying to wait and build those up like a tournament. He's trying to like just hurry up and get those fights out the way. But then he sees other fights that he's interested in, and he's like, okay, I can do this one. I can do Crawford and Canelo if everybody wants to do that. Because I know he heard a lot of people saying Crawford and not Crawford, but Spence and Canelo. So he went ahead and said, okay, I'll just get Crawford since he won and just have Canelo fight him. But he was trying to do Canelo and Benavidez first. I don't. That's what I don't understand. People don't understand. Turkey Al wanted to do Canelo and Benavidez. He wasn't thinking about Canelo and Crawford. But like I've said, a lot of fans from Mexico have been asking uh, a lot about Crawford and Canelo for like a year and a half now. That's when I reported last year, not last year, but earlier this year. They said they wanted to see Canelo fight Crawford and then Benavidez. I was like, wow, I thought y'all wanted to see Benavidez first. I'm like, nah. Over here, they want to see. They don't care about it like that, but over there, they care about Crawford and they look at Crawford as a bigger star than Benavidez. Not saying that he is over there. I'm just saying as far as the matchup for Canelo. But they still want to see Benavidez though before anybody. They want to see Benavidez before any of these guys. Berlanga, Munguia. I know Munguia's from Mexico, But in Mexico, Crawford and Benavidez are a bigger name than Munguia is. He is, just to be honest. They don't know they know him now. I don't know if anybody knows it, but Munguia had got like a couple of million followers after he fought Canelo or something like that. I know Pitbull had got like a million followers after he knocked out Rolly, but yeah, Munguia didn't have that many followers before he fought Canelo. Now he has a lot of followers. I don't know how that's gonna help his next fight. It's coming up in what 6 weeks. I say 5 weeks. His fight's coming up. Fighting a guy from Canada. I wouldn't say he's a Steve Claggett or anything, but it's kind of like a sort of fighter, Canadian fighter. Gonna be a tough guy. Canadians got some tough fighters, man. They're not the most skilled guys, but they tough. So he will be fighting that guy on top rank, but no, I don't think Canelo turned him off. It was just he was trying to get these fights out of the way early. He didn't want to try to let this like kind of just go into what it's going to now. But he wanted to fight. That's why he was asking Canelo to fight Benavidez. He was asking Bibble to fight a cruiserweight, Apataya. And then he asked Apataya to fight possibly, I don't know if it was Fury. I don't want to say Fury. I don't want to say something crazy. I think it had to be like Usyk or something. I think he was asking Apataya to fight Usyk. So he was trying to put together a lot of different fights. I was actually going to watch that fight last night. I was actually going to cover that fight last night. But some had came up, so I was actually going to watch that fight with Ayala. I had Ayala winning that fight. I wanted to pick knockout. I just couldn't pick who I wanted to pick, though. But I thought Ayala would have been able to get a knockdown or a knockout. Yeah, I wanted to watch that fight on ESPN Plus. Yeah, I know. I knew it was. I knew it was gonna be. I was gonna do it last night. I was actually gonna do it. Next time I'm gonna go live for a fight like that. I was actually gonna go live though. Yeah, I actually was. Ayala, he's a beast, man. I think a lot of people gave him problems because of the last fight he had. What was the guy's name? Bernardo or what's the guy's name that Ayala fought in the last fight? The guy he got dropped by? Yeah, me too. That guy he got dropped by in the last fight. He was a tough guy. Alvarado, I think that's his name. I think it's Alvarado. That guy's a problem. But yeah, Ayala was letting his hands go. Very hard punches. He was counter punching hard. So I was like, yeah, he did bad in that fight, but he's still a good fighter. So yeah, that was a good. I knew it was gonna be a good fight last night. Yeah, I caught the fight like at the last minute, man. It was like 2 hours before the fight came on. I didn't know who was on the fight card. I found the fight, but I didn't know what was going on. A lot of people said the fight was gonna have just the main card or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it was a good fight, man. Definitely was. It was in Mexico too. It was a very good fight. You got some power for flyweight. I think flyweight gonna end up being a good division soon. No smaller weights. It's gonna start to get a lot more excitement. I'm not. It's a lot of guys down there ducking right now too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like saying that word a lot, but it's a lot of guys in those small weight classes that's moving around, not trying to fight each other right now. There's a lot of that going on. And I'm not talking about anyway either, because he's trying to move it to featherweight soon. So definitely not talking about him, but it's a lot of guys moving around soon. We might end up seeing Nick Ball fight anyway soon. He might end up fighting Nick Ball. He might end up fighting Ray Vargas. I think Vargas still got a belt, don't he? Yeah, so anyway, he's lining up some opponents for next year. Oh yeah, I'm going live for that. I'm watching that fight, and you can't forget the Bernardo Lopez versus Angelo Leo. I think it's gonna be a good fight. A lot of people picking Angelo Leo for the fight tonight to win. I actually want to go with him in this fight. It's a tough pick, man. I want to go with Leo in this fight, but I think I'm gonna go with Lopez, and I'm going with Ortiz tonight on the decision. Possible knockdown this fight though. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like watching two of them at the same time. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a good fight card tonight too. They got Charles Conwell on here. Definitely somebody who Oscar gonna try to get in the ring. You know, Sims he fights tonight. I think he's fighting somebody decent too. I forgot who he's fighting. Who is Kenneth Sims Jr. fighting? It's a guy that I don't think he can knock out. I think it might go 12 rounds. Oh yeah, Jonathan Romero. No, I think he can get. I don't know. I think he can get Romero out of there. I'm tripping. No, I think he can get him out of there. I don't know if he's gonna try to go for the knockout. I think he can get him up out of it. No, he can definitely get him up out. It depends on how he boxes. If he just boxes and chills, but he can definitely get a knockout on Jonathan Romero. Oh, he's my. Oh no, I usually hey, I usually don't yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It might be too much to do both of them, huh? I usually do both. It might be too much to do both of them. They got a good fight card coming on tonight though. Oh yeah, I'll just tell you before the fight comes on. I'll just tell you. I'll just let you know at the bottom what fight's on. Whatever. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. Yeah, I always had a name at the bottom, like who's fighting and what fight I'm calling at that time. So yeah, yeah, you'll be good. Yeah, Top Rank got some good fights coming on tonight though. I know Alan. I think Alan Garcia fighting tonight. Kid Kansas. He pretty good. I think he yeah, he fights tonight. Yeah, I like Alan Garcia. He good. And also, oh, they got Vito Milanicki Jr. He's fighting. Oh, yeah, they got the Brian Flores Delgado fight. Forgot about that fight. Dang. Man, I forgot about that fight. Yeah, I stream fights. Oh yeah, appreciate that, bro. Yeah, man, you were chilling the other day. Yeah, I stream fights. Yeah, I definitely stream fights. If you want to see how my fights is, I did the Terrence Crawford fight last week. I did that fight breakdown. I went back and heard like 5 minutes of it. I was doing pretty good on that fight card. I was saying some stuff I didn't know I was seeing. Because that Crawford fight was hard to score, as far as the commentating I heard the commentating was terrible. Oh, she's a problem. Oh my God. What? Bro, she is a beast. I know a lot of people starting to notice her now, but she is a beast. I was talking about her last year. She is a problem. She fights just like Fundora, except she's a lot more aggressive in the inside, and she tries to break like these girls' will, man. She tried to destroy these girls, like how Triple G was used to fight these guys. Bro, she's a problem, man. Oh my god, bro. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. It's just the nose. It's just the nose. It's just the nose. I think Lloyd mixed with something too. He said get it shot. Oh, hey, Black man. I know you don't, but listen, she is a problem. Bro, she is a problem. She is a problem. She fights just like Fedora a little bit, and then the inside game is just yeah, man, she's a problem. She's one of the best I've seen recently. Like men or women. Like men or women, she's a problem. She takes boxing very seriously. Yeah, she's one of the best I done seen since Crucial Shield. I'm just going ahead and say that right now. I haven't felt like that about a boxer since Clarissa Shields. And I was watching Clarissa Shields in the Olympics, but this girl right here, bro, she's a problem. I think she's at flyweight. I want to say she's at flyweight. Yeah, she's at flyweight. Yeah, 112. She fights at 112. I'm not gonna lie, she's big for 112, man. Wow, man, she's knocking people out like that at 112. That's crazy. I knew she was there, but still, man, that's crazy. Man. Yeah, she's a problem, man. If you watch her tonight, the girl she's fighting tonight, Daniela Pacino, yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. They're gonna let their hands go in that fight. That's gonna be a very, very good fight. Haven't seen her have a boring fight yet, man. I think she no, Amanda's like close to Amanda been moving up recently. She's like yeah, she's like 136 right now. She was at 125. Hey, this is the weird part. Amanda was at 125 recently, but she moved up to 136 and she's gonna fight Katie Taylor at super light, super lightweight. So she moves around like the 130ish, 125 range. So she's about 15, 20 pounds heavier. That wouldn't stop Fundora from fighting her. Hey, that wouldn't stop Fundora from fighting her though. That definitely would not stop her. Yeah, they got a lot of fights at those weight classes. Amanda Serrano. I want to see Serrano fight that Chantel Cameron girl. I think she's pretty good. I definitely will. Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on Bullshit tonight, but I think Ortiz out with a very good game plan tonight against him. It's gonna be a hard fight. Bullshit got to come ready to fight though. Cause Ortiz dad, man, he got him. Ortiz dad got him ready to fight tonight, man. I don't know if they was looking for an edge or just some motivation, but he definitely found the right thing. Because Bullshit was online talking about not Bullshit, but his promoter was talking about how Bullshit sparred Ortiz. He's giving him trouble and everything else, and he knows how Ortiz fight. And Ortiz was he's looking past Bullshit. He wants to make other fights. He's making a mistake. So they definitely got Ortiz's attention. So he's definitely gonna come out fighting hard tonight. It's gonna be a good fight. This might be fight of the year right here. To be honest with you, it could be. It's one of those fights. Yeah, Chris Shields is a problem right now. Yeah, Bacoli still got. There's a lot of guys running from Bacoli though. To be honest with you, when I seen Bacoli recently, if you look at his resume, he's been trying to fight guys a lot older for a while now. I think a lot of people was running from Bacoli. That's why Jerry Anderson didn't know who he was fighting. He got lucky too, because Bacoli was the third option for Jared Anderson. He was supposed to fight Deontay Wilder. Then Wilder lost to Zane. Then Zane, he wanted to fight Anthony Joshua or Joseph Parker. So instead of fighting Jared Anderson, he wants to use his rematch clause before it runs out against Joseph Parker. So he passed up the Jared Anderson fight, and that's when they got Bacoli to come in. So Bacoli was like plan C, and he turned out to be a real problem. But I had a lot of issues with Jared Anderson not fighting bigger guys, and that Sugar Hill guy, man. I mean, people gonna understand soon. Sugar Hill he's a little bit kind of shaky, man, when it comes to certain things. Yeah, Sugar Hill is definitely shaky. Yeah, Bacoli is that I actually learned about Bacoli because he was I seen him on Michael Hunter I seen him fight Michael Hunter. So that's how I knew him at first. And then the second time I found out about Bacoli again, because I heard about him again, is when they was talking about him being they got McAboo, that's his brother, the guy that Canelo was trying to fight. But my thing was they don't look the same to me, so I didn't know if they were brothers or not. I thought somebody was just saying something. But it turns out that him and the guy McAboo, the black cruiserweight, African cruiserweight that Canelo was trying to fight like a year or two ago. That's the same guy that's Bacoli's brother. So that's when I heard about him the second time. But they like to hide a lot of these guys, man. It's a Bacoli yeah, McAboo is his brother. Yeah, that's his brother. I was like, his real brother? I was like, yeah, that's his real brother. Like, wow, well, I've never heard of that before. That's weird. Yeah, man, they've been hiding these fighters. A lot of UK fans be knowing about these guys, Bacoli. But one thing I haven't heard them say though is Bacoli needs to fight Anthony Joshua. Haven't heard that. They know what time it is. Yeah, they don't like these guys to fight these big heavyweights, man. That's why I said some of the heavyweights that I support, they getting a raw deal. They gotta fight these big guys, but it's big heavyweights that don't get fights. Bacoli's one of them. Michael Hunter ended up beating Bacoli though. Like, he's a good fighter, man. Michael Hunter underrated. He's probably one of the most underrated fighters in boxing. I think Michael Hunter is like the new Pascal. I think he was very underrated too. Yeah, that's his brother, man. That's crazy. I was shocked when I heard that. I said McAboo is Bacoli's brother. So that's insane. He's only 31 too, so he's still He's in his prime right now. And to be honest with you, Coley hasn't been like in the gym consistently, so it's not like he had a big advantage over I think when the last time Coley had fought? Yeah, so he was out like 10 months. Yeah, he was out 10 months. Last time he had fought was Carlos Taco. And that was quick work. So he hasn't really had that many rounds in his last 2 fights. So he only fought like 7 rounds last year. And then he went like 2022, he only had 1 fight with Tony Yoka. So yeah, if he has consistent 3 or 4 fights in a year, yeah, but Coley he'll be a problem. He needs to fight like one more time this year and then once early next year. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That makes sense. I think the same thing happened with Zane. I think Zane was a lot better in the Wilder fight than he was when he fought Parker. So that does happen with heavyweights a lot of times. That does happen with heavyweights. Yeah, it definitely happens a lot. That's why heavyweights need to fight each other. That's why I'm kind of I support heavyweights fighting each other all the time, like randomly, so we can see who's the best really. I'm not really a fan of rematches at heavyweight. That's why I kind of don't want to see the rematch right now with Usyk and Fury because it's kind of like we have a lot of fights we can put together, but it is what it is. Usyk say he's open to fighting Anthony Joshua for a third time too. So, oh yeah, I got those videos coming out, man. I'm gonna drop some videos for y'all when I get up off of here. Yeah, it's a lot of information coming out as far as these fights, though. It's a lot of information. It's hard to dissect too. Y'all said a lot in this live, man. A lot of stuff I'm gonna end up forgetting, but yeah, it's gonna be some good fights on tonight. Definitely. I know a lot of people don't like these fight cards with certain names, but top ranked fight card, it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be that good, so I don't know. I might check on it unless if there's nothing going on the Ortiz card. But the Ortiz card looks pretty good though. So I shouldn't have to look away too much. They got Kenneth Sims, Charles Conwell, Bruce Ortiz. They got Gabriela Fendor. That's 4 good fights right there. That's all I need right there. I know this name from somewhere. I know who Eric Priest is. Eric Priest is good. Oh, Cecilia's fighting tonight. I forgot about that. So Cecilia's fighting tonight. Dang, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Eric Priest fighting tonight. I like him. Um, Joel Ariete, he fights tonight. I heard he a good prospect. Let me go ahead. Let me check him out. Yeah, it's gonna be some good fights on tonight. It definitely will be. Cause of damn, that's a good question. I think they might be affiliated with Bullchick. I think Bullchick is affiliated with them. And also, I don't know about Virgil Ortiz. I know Bullchick is affiliated with TGB at some point. And I also think that these promoters are still going to work together when it comes to putting a lot of these fights together. Like, let's just say Ortiz or Bullchick, any of those guys win. I think Golden Boy and TGB still will do business after this. So it's kind of like a joint thing that's going on right now. It's gonna be happening for the next couple of months. You're gonna see a lot of joint promotion with Golden Boy. That's why Zerto Ramirez. I think Zerto just left Golden Boy recently. Cause what's funny is Oscar De La Hoya said something like, "Oh nah, Munguia, he didn't leave Golden Boy. He just signed a deal with Top Rank. That was it." But Zerto, they saying he's a free agent though, so it doesn't make any sense. It says Zerto Ramirez has left Golden Boy to become a free agent. So they didn't say that about Munguia though. And then what's his name? Oscar De La Hoya didn't say that either. Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya didn't say that either. So, but as far as Zerto, it looks like he left Golden Boy. I don't know if that's the same situation, but he didn't say anything about that. Is Bacoli signed to Eddie or Frank Warren? I'll go for. That's a good question. Is it? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good one. I was thinking more so Eddie, right? That's a good question. I got a feeling it could be Frank Warren. I was thinking more so Eddie. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Eddie. It's Eddie. It's Eddie. Hearn. Yeah, it's Eddie. Oh, he signed with Boxer now. So he with Ben Shalom. Yeah, Bacoli could end up on a card at the end of this year. Is it Matchroom doing a Matchroom versus Golden Boy? He might end up on a Matchroom versus Golden Boy card at the end of the year. That can possibly happen. I think they're gonna do another 5 versus 5 in December. They might do another 5 versus 5 for Bitter Be a Bibble, but I know they're doing one for December for the Usyk and Fury card. I think that's gonna be Golden Boy and Matchroom versus Matchroom. Because what's funny is I had put a video out recently. Well, I don't think I put a video out before Eddie Hearn said it. Eddie Hearn said something about Jerron Ennis possibly fighting on the Bitter Bill Bibble card or Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua next year. And I was saying to myself already, I said that Boots could possibly fight on the Bitter Bill card, or he could fight like Conor Ben on the Fury versus Joshua card next year. And Eddie Hearn said the same thing, so it means I'm on the right track a little bit. Yeah, it would. Yeah, Parker need a fight, man. We're trying to figure out who Parker gonna fight, man. His fight is the toughest one to find out right now. The only person I know for sure that can fight him is Zhang, but then we have actually Joe Joyce was supposed to fight Parker, so he got to find a new opponent right now. Joe Joyce kind of messed up everything. They didn't expect Chisora to win. Chisora's a tough fighter though, man. Yeah, you might be right about that boxer thing. A lot of people have been going over. I'm gonna check it out too. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're right. You're right. Yeah, that's terrible. Hey, like he come on, man. I mean, why not? I mean, why not? At the age he's at, he's 34 years old. Black Ops, 34 years old. Why not fight Boots right now? A lot of people want to see Rocha again. I don't want to see him fight Rocha no more. Yeah, he's 34 years old, man. He needs to go ahead and he's about to be 35 at the end of this year. So Blair Kyle's about to be 35. Yeah, he needs to go ahead and fight Boots, man. Oh, I didn't know that. They both from Philly? Wow. You know, a lot of those guys from Philly don't like fighting each other. They don't like fighting each other for real. That's why Danny Garcia didn't fight Boots. They don't like fighting each other. Not saying that they're scared, they just don't, city of brotherly love. So that would be a good fight though, with Boots and Cobbs. Yeah, he is. That's a good comparison. That is a very good comparison. Yeah, Chizore's a very good fighter. He's still a good fighter, man. They try to make him retire so bad. Bro, they was talking so bad about Chisora, man, before he fought Joe Joyce. Man, bro, they was talking so bad about Chisora before that fight. They was calling him a journeyman, like a glorified journeyman, and he's done. And why is he still fighting? And, I mean, the guy don't do nothing but take hard fights, and he gets disrespected. It's crazy. Chisora actually, he made me start respecting UK boxing. To be honest with you, it wasn't Anthony Joshua Fury. It was actually him. Man, you ain't the only one. I can't pick an easy fight for, bro. I can't pick an easy fight at all. The only fights I can pick are the ones that suit like the upsets for some reason. Then I have to keep changing. It's a lot of picks I change and I end up messing out on. But like the Paro when he fought, I thought Ryan Garcia was gonna have a good fight. Didn't think he was gonna win. Thought he had a good chance to win. Though, to be honest with you, being 100 with you, but I didn't think he was gonna. I don't know. It was like 50-50 on that, bro. Like to be honest with you. The Paro Matisse, I picked that one. But Barroso had knocked out Carl Davies. I kind of switched to that pick. Some reason, something told me to go with Hard Davies. Um, Caviar, when he beat Sanchez, that was another one. Yeah, it was some hard picks this year. I picked, yeah, those fights was close though, man. But like Anderson, he could have won that fight. Bull could have won that fight. Ruiz could have won that fight. Those guys just they came in with the wrong mindset and just strategy overall. It's just, oh, you did? Dang, dang, man. Fury fought a bad fight. That's why I don't want to see the rematch. Blame man. That's why I do not want to see the rematch. Because Fury's kind of like. That's why I don't want to see the rematch, man. Fury's kind of like, you know, he thinks he can beat him now. Yeah, me too. I've been having a bad year as well. A lot of these fights 50-50 though, man. To be honest with you, a lot of these fights are 50-50. A lot of them. There's some very tough fights this year. It's a hard year to pick fights. This is a very hard year to pick fights. But yeah, I thought that's why I don't want to see Fury rematch Usyk. If he go, hey, like man, if he goes out there and does what he was supposed to do the first time, man, I don't know. I don't want to see it, bro. I just don't. It's gonna be 1-1 anyway, so it's really a waste of time. I don't like seeing guys fight each other, and then one of the guys win and the other one loses. Then they have a rematch, and the other guy wins. Then then they don't fight anymore. That's crazy. It's like have a trilogy if you're gonna do 1 and 1. You're supposed to have a third fight, just like with somebody else did that too. I can't think of it right now. Yeah, me too, bro. I've been getting cooked this year. Bad, very bad. I've had some bad picks this year. I picked Fury too. For some reason, I was picking Usyk all these years, but I was just like, man, let me go ahead and go with Fury this one time. So dumb, man. Oh, you talking about Joyce against Chisora? Oh yeah. No, I thought that was gonna be a close fight. I didn't know who to pick, but I thought it was gonna be a close fight. I thought Chisora had a chance in that fight because after Joe Joyce, the last two fights against Zane, he should have never did that rematch. When he went back and did that rematch, I think he got hurt too much in that fight. And he's like 37, 38. Yeah, Chisora got hurt. I mean, Joe Joyce got hurt too much against Zane. That was a tough fight. Yeah, hopefully I can do good today though, man. I'm gonna try to make a bet happen today, but it's gonna be tough, man. These not no easy fights to pick. Yeah, last week was insane though. I know Vegas hit good last week. But yeah, I'm gonna be back on later on, man. I just want to be on here for a little while. I went over my time limit. But yeah, appreciate everybody for coming through, Blank, man. Appreciate that, man. I'm gonna come back on later on. I'm gonna watch the undercard too. It's gonna be a good undercard too, man. I don't know if everybody knows that Ortiz and Boacek undercard is pretty good. They got Fundora's sister fighting, got Cecilia fighting, they got Conwell fighting, Eric Priest, they got Kenneth Sam Jr. fighting. It's gonna be like 5 or 6 good fights on it. No, it's gonna be like 7 good fights on it. It's gonna be a good fight card. Yeah, thanks for coming through, man. I'm gonna see you later on. Appreciate everybody for coming through, man.